Let's get this thing started, huh? Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Superior Adventures Guild. We really appreciate you all jumping in here so early and joining us for tonight's game. I am lucky enough to be able to play this game with my friends. My name is Dave, your humble dungeon master, and we've been playing games in Greyhawk for a couple of years now. And we just kicked off this new adventure with new characters and a new storyline that happens slightly after the story that happened in the first campaign, the first story arc, which was the Beyond Saltmarsh crew. This is happening sort of after that, but very distant. So we are up in the Viscounty of Verbobank, and we are in a little town called Hommlet. So before we get too far into all of that stuff, I would like to introduce you to my friends, this amazing table of players. Hello, my friends. Welcome back to the game. Vamp Wickman, thank you for the advantages. Everybody has an advantage. Thank you for that. They are much appreciated. The players and the DM can use those during the game to improve their odds of success for attacks and skill rolls and saving throws and all that good stuff. Thank you guys so much for the hype train. My gosh, we're off to a great start here. Really do appreciate y'all being here. So thank you. Let's do this. Let's have me stop talking and let's have you all introduce yourselves and tell us who you're playing tonight and what your thoughts are after your first full day in Hommlet. Let's go ahead and start with Kirk.
All right. Hello, everyone. I'm Kirk. Thanks for joining us. I'm playing Norb Nhyre tonight. I am a scholar, a man of many studies. I'm very suspicious of this town. It's way too friendly. Everyone's approaching us. We're being led. We're being handled.
Mm-hmm.
They're high. It's like a cult. We walked into a cult, and everyone's like, "Oh God, we got visitors." Everyone, just shower them with kindness. Nothing's going on here. Everything's great. We're just farmers. Don't worry about it.
I feel bad for
Something's
Norb.
going on.
Something bad happened to Norb when he was younger. He's one of the most suspicious people that I've ever met. I can't tell if it's Norb or Kirk. Maybe we'll never know. Well,
I'm not
anyhow,
suspicious, but I know something's going on.
You are suspicious. I know you. All right, thanks, Kirk. Glad you're back. Make sure you keep those shades on. It's bright out there. Let's jump over to Andy.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Andy. I am playing Desmond Adalar, a first-level rogue male human who likes to stab things. Anyways, he's not too impressed with Hommlet. He kind of knew what to expect, and it's a sleepy little village as far as he can tell.
Okie doke. Let's jump over to Ashley.
Hey everybody, I'm Ashley, Minnesota Muse 99 on Twitter, and I am playing for you tonight Xanthi, the ball of sunshine and innocence and deadly fire magic. And her thoughts on Hommlet. It does seem kind of weird. Like, she was told or led to believe that there was something really bad going down in Hommlet, but Hommlet itself seems to be very safe. The road up was not, but you know, it's a little discouraging that she's gonna find work if it's so safe in town.
Okie doke. Wow, good reviews on Hommlet so far. Let's jump over to Christian.
Hey, unbelievable season. How y'all doing? How you doing, Dave?
Great.
See, I've never really played with Dave as a DM, so I'm all like, hey, this place looks great. People are nice. People are friendly. I'm playing a Lachlan's Feldspar, a dwarven storm cleric, and as far as I'm concerned, this place is like just a nice little, a nice cool little shower with just a nice little breeze. It's not gonna last too long. There's gonna be a little sunshine after. I'm like, place is great. These people, they're from big cities. They're super suspicious, but I'm like, I'm digging this place. I think. I mean, the road's dangerous, but
What road isn't dangerous?
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking this place is all right. I'm liking it. I'm liking it.
Could be a place where you settle down. It's nice and friendly and innocent, just like Xanthi.
No,
It's a
but
good
not like
place.
Xanthi, because Xanthi is very dangerous. I know that for a fact now. So,
Like I
you
said,
know,
just like Xanthi.
are you
Never mind
trying to
about all
foreshadow
that.
something?
Oh gosh. Well, hey, glad to have you all back. I know that this wouldn't be the same without you. So glad to see you. Super suspicious of this cute little town. Nothing doing in this town. All is fine. Don't worry about it. Hey, before we get too far into things, I want to. Oh gosh, thanks for the hype train, you guys. Appreciate that. Oof. We have a giveaway tonight. A big shout out to CZRPG, our campaign sponsor. We have a wonderful PDF to give away, the Redwoods. This thing is absolutely beautiful, you guys. It is on their drive-through RPG catalog. It is a 5e supplement. As you know, CZRPG writes a bunch of great content, including adventures and sort of one-shot settings, and places that you can incorporate into your game if you're a DM or you have a favorite DM to share that with. This thing is 19 pages of glorious artwork, a ton of lore, bunch of encounters for oh gosh, it looks like about 4 to 6 hours of gameplay, new stat blocks, custom artwork, battle maps, and the maps are freaking fantastic. You can go check it out on the Drive-Thru RPG. They're by our friend Jeremy from Mimic Maps. Just unbelievably beautiful maps. So if you want to get in on this action, all you need to do is type !drawing to get in, and we will be giving that away at the end of tonight's stream. Snow Hippie is in there, first to the party. And yeah, good luck to everybody. I hope you enjoy tonight's game, and I hope you have some luck in the giveaway. If you want to check out CZRPG's catalog, we do have a 10% off code there in the chat for you to go check that out. All right, my friends, did I miss anything? I feel like there's a lot here going on. Let's do a little recap of all of the very innocent things that happened during last week's game. My friends, in our last session, our ragtag band of travelers arrived in Hommlet. Thrust together by chance or perhaps fate, the 4 adventurers, Desmond, Lachlan, Norb, and Xanthi, took rest at the Inn of the Welcome Wench, where they shared food and drink and stories with a curious local named Elmo. Lachlan tried to tease out his companion's motivations, expressing his desire to stick together for the moment, but only if there was some agreement among the party that they would help those who need it. And if they gain a bit of notoriety for Xanthi's resume or a bit of coin to refill Norb's stolen coin purse, so be it. They sought an audience with the town elder, a man named Kenter Nevitz, who listened to their reports of bandits and corpses along the roadway near town, and in the hopes of finding gainful employment, our party agreed to meet with Nevitz's man, Elron, the next morning, and guide him to the location of the corpses on the roadway. Ever suspicious, Desmond decided to keep an eye on the Nevitz manor to determine if their presence or perhaps Norb's strange ways of exposing certain things that he's carrying on his person might have, aroused any suspicion or interest. And if that may have caused any plotting or activity by the Nevitz. Looking from a distance, you saw none. You overheard some talk of men discussing your visit, but it was hard to make out whether or not that amounted to anything. And so you head back, my friends, to the Inn of the Welcome Wench. Yeah, this music is very, very soothing. What a wonderful place. We're in Hommlet, folks. It is the morning of your second day in this sleepy little village. The roosters are loud here. That's probably one of the first things you'll notice in the morning. You can smell breakfast cooking from the kitchen down below. Your rooms being on the second floor of the inn, and you each have your own room. And eventually, you each one by one make your way down to the main floor of the inn and meet up with each other. And that's where we will join our players. My friends, the day is yours. What would you like to do?
Xanthi has already, like, the crack of dawn, down in the kitchen area, looking for coffee and breakfast foods.
Which you find, yes, they have coffee brewing. They have a variety of foods. There's fresh baked goods. There are some muffins. There are eggs sizzling over a fire on a skillet. There is meat frying. Yes, there is a bountiful breakfast available to you.
I would like to take some extra muffins for the road.
Okay. The muffins will cost you a copper each.
Perfect.
Take as many. There's as many as you want. I mean, up to a certain amount. There's plenty to go around, let's say.
Okay. I will do so.
Are you not suspicious of the muffins? No, oh no. I'm not suspicious of the muffins. I'm not suspicious yet. I come down, stretching, yawning, feeling good. I don't know if it's the bath or the bed, but there's definitely something to be said about a little in sleeping, as opposed to hanging out on the side of the road and hoping bears don't eat you, for example, things of that nature.
And I think most of you got a very restful night's sleep, with the exception of Norb, who was tossing and turning a little bit with broken dreams and visions of his past, things he left behind. But the rest of you feel very well rested. All of you, of course, have had a long rest, even Norb. But you do feel a little groggy, Norb, as you make your way down to the main floor.
I'll grab some breakfast, but like Xanthi, I'll try to get something also, like a little packaged lunch for the road, since I expect we'll be out most of the day. So get a little carry out prepared.
Okay. Yeah, breakfast. There's porridge with fresh fruit. The eggs and roasted potatoes. Of course, they have omelets here. Hommlet being the home of the original Greyhawk omelet. So that's 2 silver pieces for the omelet breakfast, if that's what you like. Otherwise, the porridge is 5 copper for the porridge and fresh fruit.
I will, before Norb comes down, can I slip, like, I don't know, whatever I figure, a few days worth of food and some extra rations, and Norb's room would be, pay that right away to the innkeeper and say that, describe Norb and say that man who travels with us, just, I want to pay for his things ahead of time, so he doesn't need to be hassled with a bill for the next few days.
The innkeeper, who you have not met yet, comes over to you as you're sitting down and stands behind you at first, and then kind of walks around. Is everything to your liking?
Yes, absolutely. How are you, my good sir?
Very good. The name's Ostler Gundigoot. Nice to meet you all. Hope everything was restful for you, enjoying the breakfast, and yes, we've taken care of your friends. Very good. We'll take good care of him.
Gundigoot. I mean, very good.
Indeed. Tell me, where are you from? Go ahead, Norb.
Oh, at this point, I'm going to come walking down the steps, kind of stumble down the steps, the last couple steps. Oh, do a stretch. See them sitting at the table, walk over, sit down, reach into my pack, start trying to find a ration in there.
Oh, there's food here, Norb. All set up already.
What? 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 How?
Do you want a muffin? We have muffins.
Try the bacon.
Oh. I got rations. I got a ration left. I
Save
think.
them for
Oh,
later. You might need them on the road. Enjoy some of this
Yeah.
hearty breakfast here. It's good. I mean, very good.
Oh, okay. Twist my arm. And then at this point, I'll just start shoveling it in my mouth.
Dave, are there many other guests or people in the inn at this point?
Yeah, you look about, you see the staff of the inn preparing for the day, finishing up some of their cleaning work. You see a couple of the other guests who are staying, having some breakfast. There's a man who seems to be, has his nose buried in a book, kind of over by one of the two fireplaces. There's another man who appears to be just shoveling the food in as fast as he can, sort of food all over his face, making a mess of the table that he's standing at or sitting at. I would say there's probably 6 other people that are in the space having breakfast or having coffee. There we go. That's what Ostler or Gundigoot looks like. There's an image of him in the VTT for you to take a quick peek at.
It looks like a very salubrious man.
Yep, he's a very hardworking guy, and he runs the place. So if you need anything, you just ask for Ostler. Enjoy your stay.
Thank you, Mr. Ostler.
Thank you, sir. Des, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Just a little groggy, I guess.
Up late?
No, I just need some coffee.
Well, you're in luck. There's some right here.
Yeah, you're not left without coffee in your mug. The coffee's included with the breakfast, and the server that you had the night previous, Sam is her name, or that's what they call her anyway. She is constantly coming over with a kettle to pour more coffee into your mugs. She's very attentive to your table. How's everybody doing today then?
I had a great night's sleep.
Oh yeah, you look very well rested.
Thank you. I feel well rested.
The bath was very welcome also. I felt that my dirt had dirt.
Well, you look wonderful, sir. And she kind of clears
Thank you.
away some of the empty plates, and she leaves the table.
So, do you think that we have time before Elrond comes to go talk to that druid?
We might.
Wait, were they coming here to the inn
Mhm.
to meet us? When was that supposed to happen?
Tomorrow, I mean, like in the morning, I guess, but it's early.
Yeah, there's a lot of morning in the morning.
We could always leave word here that we've gone to the druid and for Elrond to come and meet us there.
What if that doesn't take very long?
Well, then I guess we'll just have to roll with the punches and take it as it comes.
We'll just leave leave word with the druid then.
Does anybody know where the druid is?
I'm sure Mr. Gundigoot can point us in the right direction. People have been falling all over themselves since yesterday to talk to us. I'm sure we'll find someone
Oh, I've noticed.
willing to give us a few directions.
They are so friendly here.
They are very friendly. I quite like this town. I'm not saying I built a summer home here, but the trees are quite nice.
Almost like they're handling us, trying to keep us occupied with feelings of welcomeness and joy, like they're trying to guide us to their locations, and that we are just being kept from some nefarious secret that the town is.
Norb, calm down, Norb.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Norb, that's totally silly. No one would ever do that.
You're right.
Maybe no more coffee for you.
No, I'm gonna have more coffee.
All right, at your risks and peril, my friend.
No, it's gonna be fine.
Pardon me, good sir. I call out to Mr. Gundigoot.
He holds up a finger while he's finishing something up.
Please take your time.
He comes from across the way, kind of wiping his hands off on his smock. Well, what can I do for you?
This bacon is very, very good. Is that smoked with some sort of sweetener of some sort? Because it's excellent.
No, but we do add a little bit of maple syrup in the curing.
That's why it tastes so good.
Nice
I mean,
if you
so
didn't
very
notice.
good. Well, you know, I have a fine palate. I was wondering. We hear tell that you have a druid of sorts in the area.
Jaroo, Ashstaff. Yep. He's
That's
the local druid.
Any way you could point us in his general direction? Preferably a way that doesn't involve bears.
Well, I mean, he lives in the grove here in town. The
Right. And
big copse of trees that you passed on the way in.
And is he there normally in the mornings?
I mean, he lives there, sleeps there. He's not much of a morning person. But yeah, he's probably there.
How is he with strangers?
He's not much of a stranger person. But you know.
Sorry, we'll put Xanthi in front.
That's a good idea.
Say, could we leave a message? So we are supposed to be meeting Elrond this morning. And he's not here yet, so we thought maybe we would go see the druid while we are waiting. But if you could let him know that we'll be back shortly, or he can join us at the Druid Grove, and then we can all leave from there.
Well, that's a mighty long message, ma'am.
Perhaps you have something we could write with. My friend Norb here has a great pen. You could leave a message for him.
Well, I can leave a message.
Oh no, don't worry
too.
about it. I got it. And I'll just take out a book and rip a page out, put it down, write the note out. Pretty much word for word what she said. And then I'll hand it to Ostler. Also, do you happen to know where a job board is?
Job
Got
board.
any jobs? Yeah, like I don't know. Do you have like a posting of jobs anywhere? Is there like a local temp agency or anything like that that I can get in touch with?
What kind of work you looking for, son?
Work, anything. I'm so poor.
Well, unfortunately, you just missed the harvest season. There's usually an influx of folks who help out with the harvest. Most of that's been shipped up to Verbobank already, so you know, the wagon train's already left on that one. I guess you could maybe check in with Nevitz, perhaps. Kentner Nevitz. He's sort of the law around here. He's the town elder. He might have some sort of operation for you. Geez, I don't know. The brewery. I don't know if the brewery's hiring, but you know, there's a possibility. I mean, there's
Never
always
work in a brewery again.
you could always maybe look for some job doing some timber work. You know, there's bandits out in the roads that have been causing trouble. You could maybe you know, look into that perhaps.
Oh shoot! Is there a who'd we talk to?
Well, that'd be probably Kentner,
Kentner?
maybe,
Okay,
or
yeah.
You know,
All right, yeah.
from what I heard, and he kind of gets down. He goes, "There's some beast that's been stalking travelers out there on the high road. So if you're out and about, you know, travel with caution. I don't know
Wait,
if
what
any
does
of
it
it's,
look like?
well, I don't know. I've just heard stories, you know, but
What did you hear? Did they talk? Did they talk about what it sounded like? Did it smell like anything?
they said it
Where
was a
was it?
beast.
North, east, south?
The high road, son, to the
High
east.
road. High road to the east. Beast. East beast. I can remember that.
Hey, Raiders. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate you all. The Blue Box crew. Welcome to the highly suspicious Hommlet. Home of the original Greyhawk omelet. I'm just going to keep saying that.
You should.
You're kind of stuck with that one.
Well, son, they said it was a beast. I didn't hear no tales about what it smelled like or sounded like, but you know, beasts usually stink, and well, they kind of sound terrifying. So if you hear anything like that or smell anything like that while you're out traveling, just be wary.
Thank you. That's very good information. I don't have anything to give you for it. I am so sorry. I have this tinder box.
Don't worry, your friend. Well, don't worry. You don't worry about it.
Oh gosh, thank you. You know I'm indebted to you. If you need help ever and I'm
Well.
around and you see me, you just say,
Yeah.
"Hey, Norb," and I'll be like, "All right, I'll do the dishes."
You know,
Well-
Norb, if you don't have anything to give, you should give people a compliment. People always love compliments.
She's not wrong. Well,
You're
y'all have a good day
a
then.
stab. Oh, thank goodness. I'm gonna glare at Xanthi.
What?
You just put me on the spot like that.
You couldn't think of anything nice to say about that man? Not
Makes
one
a
thing.
fine omelet.
I didn't
What
have
a
an
good
omelet.
chef he is.
Yes. Yeah.
With a
Yeah.
fine establishment he runs with clean bed,
Yep.
and a warm bath.
Yeah. Those things.
You're a little strange, Norb. I like you. You're a little strange.
Hey, looks aren't everything.
Right.
We'll work on it next time. You'll come up with a great compliment for somebody. I'm sure.
You can practice
I've got
it.
this. I've
You
got
can
this.
practice on Dez, for example.
Des, you're yeah,
What?
it's
okay. Don't strain yourself.
we should go, guys.
Shall
we
we
should
then?
probably go if we want to go see this druid before Elrond gets here.
That is a good idea.
Shoulder our packs? Withstand the withering glare of the populace? No, they're not giving us withering glares. They like us.
So you get up from the table, paying your tabs for your breakfast, and then you head on out. As you walk past the door, there's a group of people coming into the inn of the Welcome Wench to presumably get breakfast and some coffee. They look as though they've already been at work, perhaps, or maybe worked overnight, but they come in, they give you just sort of a nonchalant nod and walk in as you walk out. And as you step out onto the front porch, looking out over this beautiful, bucolic town, this village of Hommlet, people moving about, busying themselves with their morning business, you see an individual walking briskly towards the inn. He's got a spear in his hand, and he looks very earnest. And as he walks up the stairs, he kind of almost bumps into you, and he says, "Oh, hello. My name is Elrond. I was told to meet you here this morning for to head on out and to see about those corpses that you reported to Nevitz."
And here we are.
That was
Good
great
timing.
timing. Yeah. My name's Elrond. Nice to meet all of you.
Hello, Elrond. I am Xanthi.
Oh,
Nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you, miss.
My name's
I'm Norb.
Desmond.
Hello, Norb, and you said you're
Desmond.
oh, Desmond. Nice to meet you. I'm
Yes.
Elrond.
You have a very strong walk.
Oh, that was good. That was a nice compliment.
Not
that
bad,
was
Norb.
that was nice. Thank
Definite
you.
improvement.
And-
Oh,
He's
my name is
working on it.
Lachlan.
hello.
We're on our way to see the druid. Would you like to accompany us?
Oh well, no. Maybe I'll just grab some coffee and I could just wait for you here if that's all right. I no need to see the druid this morning.
How badly do we need to see him? Do we need to see him before we go do this?
Yeah, let's just go do our job.
I mean, I can wait. I could always use another cup of coffee. I mean, it's fine. Hey, thanks for the resub, GDTRFB 1995.
No,
I know what you
Elrond, we agreed to, take you there, and I feel bad, you came all the way over here. to do a job.
I mean, I'm salaried, so, I get paid either way.
Oh, shoot. Okay, yeah, we'll go see the druid. Do you want us to take extra time? We can do shopping or something, too.
Well, I mean, we got to get this job done. I mean, if I don't...
Yeah, it shouldn't take too long. Elron, go inside, get yourself some breakfast, some coffee. Tell the innkeeper, Mr. Gundigoot, to put it on my tab. My name's Lachlan, and we'll come back and fetch you as soon as we're done with the druid.
Okay.
He's totally going to give you a note. I wrote that.
Okay.
You can ignore the note, yes.
It says we'll be back later after we talk to the druid.
You could probably trick him for some money.
No,
I bet I can read that without reading
it.
Old Ostler, he's a tough one to trick. I'll tell you that. He's a sharp one. He kind of eyes you up now, taking stock, perhaps, of your, like what you have on you, your gear. He's kind of doing that thing. What does he notice that might be out of the ordinary for as he looks up and down at you, Xanthi? Is there anything that he would notice?
He would notice on me. I have a large, chunky bracelet with a amber gem in it, and that it seems like the lining of my drab clothing looks like it has a bright lining, just little flashes of color.
Okay. How about when he looks over at Lachlan?
Well, is he used to seeing dwarves in chainmail carrying shields and warhammers? Because if so, then nothing stands out too much, except perhaps for a strange necklace with a piece of barnacle and something carved on it that hangs from his neck on a nice little chain.
All right. How about when he looks over at Desmond?
Nothing too, I don't know. We have all our gear, right? Like, we're not planning on coming back to the inn necessarily.
I think you bought 2 nights.
Oh, 2 nights.
Lachlan paid for 2 nights.
Yeah, he would just have, swords and knives underneath a long cloak that he'd probably be trying to hide somewhat, not make him too obvious. So he'd look kind of like a traveler, I guess.
Roll a deception check for me.
His swords have knives, and his knives have swords.
Mm-hmm. I guess I would have my bow too.
What'd you roll?
Hold on. There it is.
Oh.
An 11.
Okay. He kind of takes notice of your armament a little bit. I rolled a little bit higher than that, so he gets a little bit of a, probably not everything. You've got more knives than God at this point. What about when he looks over at Norb?
When he looks at Norb, he's gonna see what somebody who looks dressed in really big baggy robes, looks really plain, doesn't look armed until you look closer, and you'll see just a little bit of a handle sticking out the back of the neck of his robes. But that's it. No adornments, no jewelry, nothing. Most of his skin's covered by robes. He looks super plain.
Okay. So he just kind of nods as he looks you up and down and says, "All right, y'all are ready then for going back out into the woods and everything. If you need anything," you get the sense he's kind of not really patronizing you, but he's kind of like, if you need any, anything, we do have the mercantile if you need to get any supplies before we head out into the wilderness.
Oh, are you worried that we can't defend ourselves?
Oh, no, I didn't mean to imply anything, miss. Just want to make sure that you're comfortable, and I'm going to go get some coffee. It'll be fine. I'll see you when you get back then. Maybe hour?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, we can be back
Something
in an
like
hour.
that. Shouldn't be too long.
How much time do you want us to take?
That'll be just about enough, I guess.
Okay. Yeah.
Whatever it takes. I don't reckon you'll be spending a ton of time with the druid, if you know what I mean.
Right.
All right.
Right. Yep.
We'll see you in a little bit then.
All right, we'll be quick.
Enjoy breakfast. It's it was very good.
Best omelets in the County.
All right, I'll tell you this. They're starting to get on my fucking nerves with their omelets.
You were the one that brought that up originally, Bleak, you bastard. It
You
makes
wanna-
sense. It makes sense. Now it's canon.
Now it's canon.
Yep.
Just shut up about their omelets.
What was he on about? Does he want us to go buy a tent? What was that thing?
I don't know. I think he thinks we're not capable.
I might be
Yeah,
looking
I
for some
got
other
that
armor.
impression too, that he like maybe thought that we weren't going to be able to defend ourselves if we got
Right.
back out on the road.
Yeah, maybe we can.
Worried.
I got a bear and a couple of bandits that would argue differently, but
I watched you guys do a bunch of stuff out there.
I watched you run from a bunch of stuff.
They got real lucky.
didn't run
this
from
time.
all
I
of
think
it.
I'll be ready this time.
no, I mean if we run into trouble, all we have to do is give some money to Norb and tell him to drop it on the ground, and then
Yeah, I ran at one of the bandits and gave him my money.
we know Norb.
Oh,
Good strategy. It worked.
Very, very generous of you. I'm sure his family appreciated it greatly.
Yeah, maybe he's hungry. Now I'm
We'll
hungry.
consider using that strategy again. I do believe that's the cops of threes. There's my French accent coming out. I believe that's the cops of trees that we're looking for,
Oh, cops of trees.
not threes.
Cosps.
So what?
When you're a French dwarf.
core of trees.
Cosp?
Cops.
So
Cops.
looking at the map here, you guys are at the end of the Welcome Wench, which is here at number 7. And you are headed to the Grove, which I'm sure you can guess is right about here.
Oh.
So you're going to make
That's
your
not
way
far
over there?
away.
Nope, it's not
Right
far at
across the
all.
way.
Yeah, let's go across the street. Kitty corner.
Everything's
Yeah, I know.
close in Hommlet. Isn't this
city.
town just wonderful?
Geographical oddity. Everything is 2 minutes from everything else.
Oh, this is just a wonderful, wonderful little town.
I think I was laying like not 20 feet from this grove last night.
And you didn't notice the druid.
Yeah,
You
you're
might
pretty
say
much
that
I
in
didn't
the
notice
Hommlet
the druid
is-
for the trees.
You might say that Hommlet is excellent.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
No.
Enough with the yolks.
Oh, nice. All right, so
And
you guys
nobody's cracking
head
up
to the
anymore.
Grove. You walk down this narrow pathway into the trees, and the trees are lush and full and growing tall above you, shading out the ground. The morning sun is still rising in the sky, and it kind of shines those kind of god-like rays through the tree branches, illuminating the ground. You can tell instantly, especially you, Lachlan, that this is definitely a place of worship. The trees are neatly pruned. The grass is well tended. There is a carefully placed line of bluish stones that lead to a rock cairn. You find the cairn where there are flowers, nuts, berries, and garlands of leaves placed as if in offering or homage to perhaps the druid, perhaps the spirits of the grove themselves. The small path leads beyond this particular cairn, place of offering. And you see, as you walk through the trees, a low-roofed wooden building placed under the great boughs of the central oaks of the copse. Birds flit about. Butterflies are flapping their beautiful, colorful wings as they kind of drift through the air.
Quite like this place. It's sort of like the heart of this town. If this town is a place of beauty and joy and peace, then this grove truly represents that. As you can see, it is infused with a deep, powerful sense of spirituality and nature that can only but reflect the greater temperament of
The
entire town.
droning! Please, it's early! Who is
Why are-
talking? You hear a loud voice booming from inside this small wooden house.
I was but
think we're
raising a paean to your wonderful cops here.
We're closed!
Sorry. Have a nice day.
Xanthi?
Hey, hello. My name is Xanthi, and I'm sorry that it is so early. But my friends and I are from out of town, and we were going to help with some troubles, just south of town. But before we left, we wanted to come over and say hello.
Roll a perceptions check.
Perception. Okay.
Meanwhile, Norb is slowly backing away from the hut.
I'm gonna roll with advantage because I have so many advantages right now.
Oh,
I need to use
There you
them.
go.
22.
Xanthi, you hear a hushed impersonation. Hello, my name is Xanthi. We're from out of town.
It is hurtful.
Oh.
I don't
Have
know
you
if
brought
this
an
man is very
offering?
nice.
Have you brought an offering?
Yes. You have
Ah,
an offering.
all right, wait. You hear some motion inside the building, things kind of knocking over. Maybe a coffee mug hits the wooden floor. Ah, shit! You hear from inside. You hear more things kind of slam. A door slams. You hear a fart. Ah, ah. Eventually, the door swings open, and you see this man sort of hunched a bit. He has a long beard, long hair. He's got this sort of druidic vestment that he has put on. It's got a big coffee stain on it, however. And he has a staff as he walks out. Welcome to the Grove.
Hello. How do you feel about lightning flavored bear meat?
That's not the question I anticipated. Well, I feel pretty good about it.
All right, hold on.
And Xanthi will dig through her bag and take out a chunk of that bear meat that we got yesterday, and hand it over. She's wrapped it in some pieces of paper.
He takes it in one hand. That smells pretty good.
Right? I mean, it was like flash cooked.
Let me guess, you're Xanthi.
I am Xanthi.
Uh-huh. All right,
And
let's
these
hear
are
it.
my friends.
Yep. Who are you? What do you want? It's early.
Good day, sir. My name is Lachlan Feldspar.
Pleasure to meet you, Feldspar.
I'm Norb.
I get a sense. You're Norb.
Well, yep, way over here.
I knew it.
Why are you so far away, Norb?
He said he was closed.
Well, we're
But
open
he's-
now. I don't have a sign or
Oh.
anything.
Walk over.
I'm Desmond. Nice to meet you.
Now, what's your story, Desmond? You look familiar.
Oh, well. my
Guys, maybe he
family-
recognizes you.
I am. Long time ago, I used to live around here.
Huh. I see.
Do you know the name Adelar?
Adelar.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I do's and maybe I don'ts. You got an offering?
Sure.
Yeah, set it down over there by the cairn.
What's in the offering area again?
Oh, there's nuts and berries, garlands, leaves. I do take coin, of course. Got to pay for the upkeep around here as well.
All right, I'll drop a gold in there.
I can't hear you.
I said
Takes a lot to trim all the hedges and everything.
I donated 1 gold piece.
I can see you are people in need. Ha! Look at you. And
Well,
you,
we are-
dwarf, you've got a bit of a. Let me just think about it here.
Beard?
Well, no, I can see that with my eyes open. I'm gonna close them for a sec. Yeah. There's something. Well, you're carrying around a little bit of a dark cloud up above, I can tell. What's on your mind today? You've come here seeking some guidance from the Grove?
Well, information, I guess. We had heard several things about this area, and we've been pleasantly surprised to find that most of them were not true. But we hear things of perhaps some beasts ravaging the countryside, strange things happening. As someone who is so connected to the place itself, we felt that perhaps you would be a good person to ask about what's going on.
Well, that's a big question.
Well, I know, but we could probably break it down to something more manageable if you like.
Oh, 1 second. Puts his hand up. And this little bluebird comes and lands on his finger. Kind of holds it up. Mm-hmm. That's what I thought. Flies away.
He talks to birds.
Well, that's just a little something I do. They're my friends.
So cool.
So, strange happenings is what you're interested in. Usually people come to me, they want, a prayer or maybe a spell for good crops, clean waters, that kind of thing. But you're here for information. You talked to Kentner, Nevitz?
We did.
Okay.
We're hoping he will give us a job later. As you can see, as I point to the 1 gold sitting in front of the offering place. We don't have a lot of money right now, but maybe after we get a job, we'll have more spending monies.
Believe you me, I noticed, miss. Well, let's see. What specifically would you like to know, Master Feldspar?
Do you smoke? Do you enjoy a good pipe?
I mean, I've been known to puff some leaf, yeah.
Perhaps you share my tobacco with me while we have a seat over here and perhaps discuss things.
Sure. You can see as he moves to walk towards this little seating area, there's these stones in a circle around a small, almost like bonsai tree looking manicured, like oak, some sort of an oak species, but small. You can see for a minute he walks just normal, but then he kind of remembers and he kind of like hunches back down and walks over, sits down. Oh, my weary bones.
The cricks catch you unaware, do they?
Well, early in the morning. They always do.
I'll sit down and I'll break out the tobacco and the pipe and all that, and I'll help him get set up with it, and I'll set up my own pipe.
My own. He pulls out a big pipe, big long. I don't know what you call them. I'm not a pipe guy, but a big long pipe.
I'll stuff him, not him, but his pipe.
They call it a Gandalf.
The Gandalf pipe.
Daz?
That's trademarked.
Norb? Would you like a smoke also? Xanthi?
No, thank you.
Yep, I'll have one.
All right.
Yep.
So set up the smokes, fire them up after we've inhaled a little bit. Sir, I think the thing that we find perhaps the most strange, and which is perhaps more pressing on our minds, is that all of us came from different parts, all of us hearing that there were troubles in this area, perhaps ancient troubles rearing their heads again, or new troubles, but we heard there were plenty of troubles on the road. We met several people that were leaving with everything that they owned on their backs. We ran into some strange happenings out there, also bandits and other foul things. Yet we come here and everything appears to be, what's that saying the elves have? Hunky-dory.
I haven't heard that one.
And so we're just sort of wondering exactly what the situation is with that, if there is in fact some sort of threat or some sort of foulness about, or if those were just exaggerated rumors.
Well, those are very good questions.
Xanthi is gonna use prestidigitation to make a little smoke ring, and then like kind of blow it away, and it'll dissipate too because it doesn't last. Little puff of air.
Cute. I like it. Oh, this is good. This is a nice leaf. Where'd you get this?
I picked it up from a merchant on the coast just before I left to come here. There's not much of it left now, but it has over time acquired a certain fullness and potency. I find that makes it quite pleasurable. If you have a good recommendation for me of a place to pick up something good to smoke around here, I would appreciate it, as I'm nearing the end of my reserves here.
You can try the Mercantile. They have some. It's not of this quality, but you might find it to appease. So y'all came up from the coast then? Which coast are we talking about? There's a couple of them.
Oh, I came from the coast. My friends all came from different areas. We met on the way here, actually. Null Point and Zante.
I am from the free city of Greyhawk.
The free city of Greyhawk, huh? The gem of the Flanness, as they call it. What a goddamn dump. And how about you?
I came from the north, for Bobonk.
Oh, that's even worse, my friend. Good you got out of there.
I thought the same too.
What about you? Norb, are you sitting there with him, or are you still over on the edge of the
I'm
clearing?
sitting there smoking with him.
Okay.
Oh, man. I'm from the Wild Coast.
I bet you are. Gives you a wink.
This leaf, what's in it?
That's a great question. Feldspar?
Yeah.
Are you? I'm sorry. I thought you were pointing at. Are you smoking? Are you talking about your
What
smoke?
is in this stuff?
What is in this leaf?
Starting to regret passing on.
There's nothing untowards in it. It's just tobacco. It's a good tobacco, but it's not laced with anything. Are you okay?
It just must have been a placebo. You know? Shoot, never mind.
As you guys are talking amongst yourselves, Xanthi, you're watching the druid as a small little vole kind of runs up, and you can see it. It runs in front of him. He doesn't really notice it at first, and then it runs up his leg, up into his robes, and then it pops out. You can see it pop out of his collar where his vestments come together, and it kind of crawls up on his shoulder, and he's like, yeah? Oh. Okay. 1 second. Yeah? I'll be darned. Okay. All right.
What did he say?
Well, it's personal.
Oh.
Oh.
Is he okay?
Nothing to worry about. Just checking in.
Oh, nice.
So
you
you
have so
all
many
come
little
from
animal friends.
Well, just the nature of the job, I guess. Get it? Nature. I'm just workshopping that one.
That's a good one.
Thank you.
Good.
So you all came from different areas. You now are working together as a team, it looks like. Well, that's inspiring, isn't it?
It kind of happened on accident. I tried to.
Uh-huh.
We
me?
were attacked on the road, and we all banded together to, protect each other.
It sounds like a beautiful way to begin a story.
Right?
Well,
And,
now you've... Go ahead.
Now maybe we will become a band of amazing heroes who will go off and do great things.
Maybe we'll get to chapter 2 and
Met
the
yesterday.
group will disappear. We'll all go our separate ways.
Or perhaps, Master Druid, you'll be so kind as to give us some answers instead of just more questions.
Oh, well, you must be in a hurry.
Not in a hurry.
We're meeting a guy in like
We got
40
Elrond
minutes.
waiting.
What do you look at your wrist for?
I was trying to. I had a tingle.
Sundial on your wrist. The angle of the sun.
That seems heavy. You want answers, do you, Feldspar?
Well, wouldn't want to take up all your time.
Well, I'll give you an answer if you give me an answer. How's that sound?
If it is within my means to do so, I'll be happy to answer any question you have.
Alrighty then, this is fun. He kind of leans down, so he's kind of at your eye level, Lachlan. Tell me, what is that you have hanging around your neck there? Quite curious
Well, this.
trinket.
It's just a simple piece of barnacle.
Kind of looks like maybe it's been shaped a little bit.
It has. I do believe there's some carvings in it. Would you like to see it? I'll remove it. I'll hand it him over.
Well, yes, indeed. He holds it in his hand and kind of examines it. What does he see?
So there's a piece of barnacle that's kind of encrusted in, I guess, a little bit of stone or something like that. And on the barnacle itself is engraved what looks, I mean, they look like squiggles, but I guess if you squint and hold it in the right light at the right angle, it sort of looks like perhaps a cloud with lightning and rain coming out of it.
It is quite beautiful. What's its meaning?
It's not something you recognize then.
Well, certain things have meaning to certain people, and to you may have different meaning than to, say, Xanthi over here, for example. What a beautiful, beautiful bracelet you have there, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
What does it mean to you, I guess, is the better question, Feldspar?
Well, I don't know what its perhaps true meaning is, but to me, as you say, it is representative of an experience that I had on the seas a little while ago, something that changed the way I see the world. And this was given to me soon after by, interestingly enough, a man who reminds me somewhat of you, or you remind me somewhat of that man. And while I couldn't say for sure how the two things are connected, the old man was sort of like you, a little cryptic and vague in everything he was saying. I do feel that there is a certain correspondence between the two things, one following the other one directly. And I guess to me it means that there's something more, something, I guess you could say, beyond the horizon that exists, that calls to us to be more than perhaps what we think we are or can be. And it's a reminder that there are forces in this world that care not necessarily for what we think and what we wish and what we do, and we must simply contend with them. It's a good way to remember our place in the world.
I do apologize, Feldspar. I took you as a simple novitiate. I guess I didn't realize how much you had already retained from your experience. Quite impressive. All right, well, fair is fair. Why don't you go ahead and ask your question? As you begin to think of your question that you're going to ask, you all see movement in the trees behind Ashstaff. The druid's name is Jaroo Ashstaff. You see the movement in the trees, and you look over it and you see this large black bear moving amongst the trees.
Look, not again!
Another one of your friends. Another one of your friends.
Is he moving in like aggressively, or is he moving in like,
just
like
moving as if kind of to check you out, not coming close, just on the edge. That's my friend Mobley. Don't worry, I won't tell him about the meat.
Well,
Time.
to be fair, that
Bad
bear attacked us, and this is just what happens.
Yeah, that bear sounds like he was a son of a bitch between you and me. Hey, Mobley, good morning. Ooh. Just kind of a gentle groan from Mobley. I have a picture of Jaroo and Mobley on screen there for folks. Just kind of just a strange pair of individuals, these two. But the bear just kind of moves, kind of looks, and then disappears back into the grove. All right, Feldspar.
Relax after he leaves.
It's fine. Yeah, Mobley and I have been friends for a long time.
Okay, I just had a, bad mauling incident recently, so I'm a little on edge, but that's all right. He seemed fine. He seemed nice.
Yeah, he's a good one. Now, deal's a deal. Go ahead and ask your question.
So I'll look at my companions here.
Ooh.
No, let's Norb, hold on. And maybe we get just one. We don't want to waste it.
I know. I'm trying to think. Okay.
Why don't you discuss amongst yourselves, and if you don't mind, I'll pack a little bit more of that tobacco.
Please, help yourself, sir.
Okie dokes.
All right, we could ask him what's black and blue and red all over.
No, let's not ask him that.
I think he'd find it funny, and that might, I don't know, give him a desire to answer more questions.
I think he's got a bit of a stickler to the...
I think a lot of people come here and waste this
I
time.
think that's what the gold was for, right?
I think so too. I think we should ask him a serious question, like,
Okay.
what is going on with the bandits? Or why are bears attacking people on the road?
Yeah, or did
Or
they ever
why-
come to town and harass the town?
Or why we are hearing as far away as the free city of Greyhawk, Verbobank, and the Wild Coast that there are nefarious happenings in the region.
That's
And we are finding that the region is pretty peaceful.
That's a
All
good
right.
question.
Would you like to ask him, Norb?
Oh, yeah. Okay, Sir Jaroo, Mr. Sir, Jaroo, Mr. Ashstaff. Sir Ashstaff.
You can call me Jaroo. That's fine.
Jaroo. What was I going to ask again? Oh, yeah, I got this. So, I came here from the Wild Coast. As you can tell, Xanthi here came from the free city of Greyhawk. Dez from Verbobank. All of us have heard the same rumors that nefarious happenings are happening in or around this lovely town filled with joyous and wondrous people. And it just seems odd that we would all hear these rumors and come to find that it sure seems like nothing's happening here. What do you think is spreading these rumors?
Or what is actually happening here?
Yes, that one actually, not the first one.
Well, I hate to tell you this because you seem like nice folk, but you're about 10 years late on the nefarious activities. Are you all familiar with the history of the area?
Yeah, a little bit,
Yes.
So there's a temple, right? I'm gonna give you the Reader's Digest version because I got things to do.
What's the Reader's Digest?
I don't know, something I heard of out of Verbobank. Little pamphlet spread around.
For people who don't like to read.
Yeah, they don't want to read the whole thing, so they read the.
That's Cliff Notes.
Who's Cliff?
Who's Cliff?
Cliff is he summarizes stuff and puts it into
I could use
Oh,
one of
maybe
those
he works
Cliffs.
for them.
exactly. I think he does. He's their head editor.
It's a good job to have. Look, about 10 years ago, there was a big battle here, just northeast of town, place called Emerald Meadows. There was a coalition of humans come down from Robobonk, locals, elves. There was the gnomes from Cron Hills, and, well, even dwarf folk from the Lort Mills came in to help squelch a bit of a blight that had fired up at a place called the Temple of Elemental Evil. You heard this, right? Please tell me you've heard this.
Yeah, no,
That's
we
a
haven't
really
heard this.
terrible name to have for a temple.
It
What did
wasn't
they
well
think was going to
branded.
happen?
Yeah, it wasn't well branded, and well, it did indeed serve its purpose as it attracted some of the worst evil humanoids, terrible bandits and scoundrels from far and near rallied. Well, there was quite a battle. Lots of people lost their lives, but in the end, the denizens of the temple were put down. It was sealed. And, well, that was that. We tried to recover, return to normal, and it's taken some time, but people around here are thankful for the relative peace. They're probably just happy to see business coming through town. We have grown to be a bit of a destination for adventurers seeking fortune and favor, perhaps, and, well, building their resumes for whatever it is next they're trying to work on. There's probably plenty of adventure to be had in these parts still, but it's been relatively quiet. But y'all picked up on something on your way in, it sounds like, and, well, I've been hearing similar things from my friends. You saw Lucy a couple minutes ago, the little blue bird. She keeps an eye on things down the road a bit for me. And, yeah, it's, things seem like it's, what's the word you use, that elven phrase?
Hunky dory.
That's the one. I think people are just, happy to be doing their own daily thing. But there's folks about, bandits and others. I've been hearing stories. If that's connected to some nefarious plot, I guess I don't know about that, friends. But I'm sure old man Nevitz and the town militia wouldn't be opposed to having a couple of new recruits to help out around town. Could make your way here, find yourself a place, make a name for yourselves, and who knows, maybe that'll lead to something great.
Well, you know, since you have all these little animal friends, maybe you could ask them to keep an eye out for, like, groups of bandits less than a day from your beautiful, idyllic town that are preying upon people. You know?
Yeah, I hadn't thought of that yet, but thanks for the advice.
Oh, I mean, you said it's fine here, but, like, we were attacked on the road and there were, like, 5 headless corpses on the way here, so I think you might have a problem.
I'll be darned, 5 headless corpses.
That's what we are going to go show Elrond today after we leave you.
Interesting. What else did you see while you were out there?
Bandits and a random bear just came charging out of the wilderness and attacked us for no reason.
That bear felt like it had been sent with spite by someone in the chat, but we defeated it.
From where?
Nothing like
a place called Chad?
Chat, yes.
Chad, got it.
What about this beast that
horrible land.
we were hearing about this morning on the high road?
Beast on the high road. Well, I mean, I haven't heard anything specific. I think there's rumors floating around. I've been focused more on the area around here. I like to keep an eye on things. I do admit we didn't detect 5 headless corpses. That's troubling. But there has been an uptick in bandit activity on the roads outside of town. Some of the folks that you might have run into were, I don't know, maybe some of the outland folks, people live in the local area, farmers and the like, might have been had a rough time with some bandits. The militia does what they can. There's a fair number of folks, but they also, their main obligation is to keep an eye on this town, so they don't head out too far from the village itself. Perhaps Nevitz could put you to work checking in with some of the folks in some of the outlying areas. Who knows? But running into some bandits, maybe a rabid bear, that's not too troubling. The headless corpses, I'd say that's a bit troubling.
Well, I think that's where we need to go then next, and that's where we'll be heading. But I think could we perhaps come to an understanding with you that for the next little while, at least while we're here, perhaps we could keep each other informed of anything new that comes about. If we spot any sort of trouble or whatnot, we could share information and perhaps see what we might do about it together. I assume you care for this place. Even though you seem a bit crotchety and a little, I assume you care for this place, or you wouldn't still be here. So,
well, you had me until the crotchety bit. Roll a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Norb, Lachlan, do we have to talk about compliments for you as well?
With disadvantage, you're hurting me, man. 11's the best I can do. I do have +5.
So 11 total, or 11?
Yeah, that was the best I got.
Okay. That's not bad. Turn that frown upside down. There you go.
We didn't get kicked out yet.
Yeah.
That's true.
At this point, I'll walk up and I'll put my arm on Lachlan and I'll kind of just slowly move him back away from the druid. And I'll say, Jaroo, pardon my friend's rudeness. He's not familiar with
People.
Manners. I don't know. Anyways, thank you for this information. This has been extremely helpful for us. If you don't want to give us anything or have an agreement with us because of Lachlan, we'll just kick him out of the group. If you'll still help the three of us.
That's a kind gesture, friend. I do appreciate your willingness to offload this acquaintance of yours who, while has a way with words, does bring some fine leaf to the table.
He does. He's very nice.
I'll strike up a bit of a understanding, let's call it that.
Let us turn a new leaf together, yes.
Very nice. If you happen to learn anything further about any activities of the banditry type, any outlawry, scoundrelism, or any such likeness therein, you bring that to my attention. I think we could be fast friends. Ain't that right, Xanthi?
Absolutely. Every stranger is just a friend you haven't met yet. Unless they're shooting at you and then they are not your friend.
You are speaking the truth, young lady.
All right, well, I think it's time we should go look for some headless corpses because they're not going to do very well in the sun and it's just going to be more disgusting as the day goes on.
She makes a good point. Anything else you wanted to share with me while you're here?
I'll reach into my pocket. I'll pull out that little rock with the eye on it. I'll kind of flick it up in the air at him.
Like towards him?
Yep, right at him.
With lightning reflexes, he grabs it faster than you would have expected from an old man. And he looks at it, he says, Where'd you get this?
Some bad guy.
He got it off one of the bandits.
You got it off one of the corpses?
Yeah, you burned the guy to death. It was the only thing I found.
Sorry.
Yeah, that one didn't make it.
Yeah.
It was a little extreme, but it's okay.
You got any idea what that is?
Have you seen that before?
I have not seen this symbol in particular, but it is curious. While you're out and about on your journey, I'm curious if you wouldn't mind if I hang on to this, maybe show it to a couple of folks around town, see if I can't figure out exactly what it is.
Cool. Yeah, works for me.
Maybe when you return,
you share
I
that
might
with
have
us?
some information on it for you.
Oh. Well, thank you. Thank you, Sir Jaroo.
That would be very helpful.
All right. So
Very
I'm gonna look
curious
back at the
indeed.
group. So
Very
should we go meet
strange.
Elrond?
Yes.
I think we should.
Okay,
go.
Jaroo, sorry to bother you. Have a wonderful morning. You have your grove is. It is. You have a nice. Let's go.
You have a
As
very
we
nice
leave,
group.
Go here.
As we leave, I'll lean into the druid and go. Is there anything you need that we could bring you, or that we could provide you with?
At this point, he looks very serious now as you kind of lean in to talk to him. He says, "Bring me as much information as you can."
Shall do.
Have fun out there now.
We will.
And I'm gonna go back to bed, crying out loud. It's too fucking early for this. And he kind of hobbles back, obviously faking it, based on what you saw of his movements earlier. And you begin to leave the grove behind as you head back to the long journey back to the Inn of the Welcome Wench.
Across the street.
Across the street.
Across the street.
And
You
literally
know,
see it.
I don't want to sound paranoid, guys, but I'm starting to think maybe things are not all right in this place.
Oh,
Does seem a
now
little
you're
odd.
starting to feel that. Now you're starting to feel it.
I love it.
Now, after 24 hours of me being like, something weird's going on here, now you feel like it.
I was giving it the benefit of the doubt.
Feel a little mistrusted here. And we've been
That has
traveling
nothing
together
to
for
do with
like
you.
2 days.
It has nothing. It has nothing to do with you, Norb. I'm just saying, I like to give places and things and people, except maybe bears, although I did give that bear a second chance, but I just like to assume the best out of people before they prove me wrong.
And see, I trust empirical data. I trust what I can see, feel, taste, touch, and smell.
Mm,
And sometimes hear.
I think Norb is probably right. But I don't trust anybody.
what was that line from that Elvish play? There are far greater things in heaven and earth than are contained in your philosophy, or something like that.
I haven't read that one.
It's
Well,
funny 'cause
it's
the name of
probably-
it sounds kind of like the name of this village, but it's a whole different thing.
Okay. Well, it's a good thing, like we shouldn't trust anybody, Des. Like we're like good all together, and there is probably something suspicious happening because these people are not reacting at all as if there's something bad happening. But if you just go outside on the road, everybody's fleeing and people are dying, and it does seem very weird.
Yeah, you'd think news would travel and they'd be at least concerned.
Maybe there's like a big protective bubble over Hommlet, and nothing bad gets in.
Then how did Des get in?
Des is wonderful. He's not bad at all.
I'm very sneaky.
I'm not worried about the people and their kindness and this, that, the other. I'm mostly worried about that old man's reaction to certain things. It's like I'm not gonna say that he knew something's been going on, but I kind of feel like maybe he smelled something on the wind, and we just sort of confirmed some things. I think we're going to be finding out a few more things.
It might have been Mobley.
Might have been Mobley. Bears are known to fart in the woods.
Yeah. Well.
Go see Elron
here's the.
before he eats and drinks me out of house and home.
Yeah.
You
don't
guys
think he'd do
make
that,
it
do you?
back to the Inn of the Welcome Wench, and Elron is sitting on the steps, just kind of hanging out, staring up into the sky. His spear is leaning up against the railing, and as he is roused from his reverie, he sees you and gets up, grabs a spear. Well then, are we ready to set out?
Yes.
Can we head for the mercantile first? Just a little detour.
Is that on the way?
I think it's the opposite way.
He
Okay.
he just points, and he points you in the direction of the mercantile as he says, I might just get another cup of coffee, I guess. It's all the same to you.
You can come with us. Come with us, Elron. Let's get to know each other.
No, my wife told me, do not go to the mercantile and spend any more money. I've got a bit of a problem. I do like to buy supplies. Bit of a gearhead.
You know what, Lachlan, if you have to buy stuff, Elron and I and Des can all go and check out the headless corpses without you.
Why would you do
It's
that?
getting kind of, we don't want to waste any more time. And
Wait, did you
No.
say I would? Did you not? What about me?
Do you want to come look at corpses?
I wanted to do. Yeah.
All right, well then you can come.
For the love of thunder, I just wanted to go buy some tobacco before I run out. Holy jeez, I'm sorry. We're on fire here. Let's go.
We'll be back before you know it.
I mean,
It's all right. Let's go.
I got some backup. Don't worry.
we're good?
Yes. Let's go.
Okie doke. Lead the way.
All right.
Is it
Way.
this way?
Yeah, it's the road to the west.
This way?
Mhm.
Who remembers
number
where
one.
you're going?
I have a map.
All right. So we will take a break. We're going to come back and see if they can find the site of a multiple homicide as we begin our investigation. Hommlet CSI. In the meantime, my friends, thank you for joining us in the chat. We had a hype train going. We have had so many friends come in. Big shout out to Blue Box RPG for an awesome raid. Thank you all for resubscribing and supporting us. We really appreciate it. We've got a ton of great programming that we've implemented over the last couple of, the last month or so. We've got a Blade Runner game on every other Sunday, including this Sunday. We've got our Monday Night Mayhem, which Ashley is running an Oops All Kobolds game right now, which is absolutely fantastic. Super fun. We did part 2 last night. You can catch it VOD, and part 3 is coming up next week, the big finale. And then we've got this game on Tuesdays, of course. And then on Friday, for the next 2 weeks, we have our Shade Song Saga that Bleak runs, but it's going to be transitioning into a Thursday night spot. So we're super excited to get that in a little bit better spot for our players and our game master. So anyhow, please, everyone, remember, we're doing a giveaway at the end of the stream. The Redwoods by our friends at CZRPG. They are our stream sponsor. ! Drawing to get in on the action. 19-page PDF with tons of great stuff. Absolutely beautiful maps by Mimic Maps and friends. We will be back in just a couple of short minutes. We're going to take a quick bio break, and we'll see you all in about 5. Thanks a lot. Hello, welcome back. If you haven't already, we do have a giveaway. I'm just going to say exclamation mark drawing to get in on the action. We really appreciate this sponsor that we've had for quite a long time, CZRPG, and they have been good to us by giving us things to give to you. So make sure you get in on that action. We'll give something away here at the end of tonight's stream. Now, my friends, you have spent the morning probably like maybe an hour or two in town having breakfast at the Inn of the Welcome Wench, filling your stomachs, supplying yourself with road muffins, talking with the Druid of the Grove, Jaroo Ashstaff, gathering some information about things that may be going on around the region, maybe gathering a little bit of insight into the local populace. You have now met up with one of Kenter Nevitz's men, Kenter Nevitz being the town elder, the keeper of the peace, the head of the militia, as it were. And you now find yourself in the presence of one of his militiamen, a man by the name of Elron, who is young, probably in his early 20s at best. He is eager, and it seems as though he has some experience. He does as you start to make your way down the road, headed in the direction of where you detected corpses only the day before. He seems to be pretty physically fit and keeping a good pace with you. It seems like Xanthi has a map that she had drawn in her journal, probably. Is that right?
Yep, I copied it. Probably not very well, but you know, well enough from a map in the cartography shop.
Okay, so let's do this. As we are traveling on the road to relocate the site of the, how do you say if it's not quadruple homicide, it's quintupled, yeah.
Quintuplets?
The quintuplet
That's 7.
corpses. Is that 7? Whatever 5 is. No. Bleak, help us out. You're an English major. You're muted though. We can't see. We can never hear
Quintuple.
These English guys.
Sorry, I'm like quintuple, and you're like totally ignoring me. I'm telling you.
You were muted the whole time. You're lucky we told you. All right, so the quintuple homicide. So each of you,
as we leave, we get a little bit outside of town. I will immediately cast mage armor on myself because that lasts 8 hours, and it's dangerous out here.
Yep. All right, so you're casting mage armor. The rest of us, or all of us, I guess, what are we doing as we are traveling along? Is there anything? I'm thinking Xanthi is probably navigating, so maybe a survival check from Xanthi. What about the rest of you? What kind of a role are you fulfilling as we make our way through the woods and along the path? You're on a road.
Well, I think it'd be sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, Dez is just trying to be as alert and aware as possible, so as to not be ambushed again. So trying to be very perceptive.
Okay, so give me a perception check. How about you, Lachlan?
Yeah, I think I would probably be walking up front, following Xanthi's directions, I guess, or her directions as we move along. But I'd be up front. I definitely have my shield out already, and I'm also kind of keeping an eye out from the front sort of area, and just off to the side. If Dez is kind of in the back doing the same thing, I'll leave that area to him. But I'm going to be mostly on the lookout for ambushes coming from the trees, or bears coming at us from the culvert or something like that.
All right, so go ahead and give me a perception check as well. And what about you, Norb?
I'm going to be walking, having just left that druid and then met up with Elron. I'm going to be holding my hand out at bushes, trying to get birds to land on my fingers, and kind of every once in a while going.
Okay, roll a nature check for me. Xanthi, what did you get for your navigation check?
18.
Very nice. Perception check from Dez?
8.
And Lachlan?
14.
Okay, and a nature check from Norb?
7.
Okay. So, first of all, Norb, You do your best to sort of mimic the bird call that you heard earlier. And the rest of you look over at him. It sounds nothing like a bird, first of all. It sounds more like a toy whistle, like a broken toy whistle. And he's just holding his finger out.
Norb, what are you doing?
Calling some birds over.
Keep at it.
Is that supposed to be a bird call? Or
I'm
you?
working on it.
Okay.
Des, you have been keeping a kind of a lookout at the front of the pack. You haven't seen a bird in probably like a half an hour at this point. You're like, there's no birds around here.
I think you're scaring them all away. That whistle.
Lachlan,
Yeah.
at the back of the pack, you at this point in your journey, there's nobody following. There's nobody on the road at this point. You don't see any fresh tracks on the road. As best you can tell, you're not really a tracker per se. But, you don't notice anything out of the ordinary at this moment. And Xanthi, you seem to have a very good sense of direction right now. Your map, like you wrote on your map, huge tree, and you actually drew the tree as you walk past this enormous oak tree. Standing there.
There it is.
You're like, see?
Yeah.
Hey, that's
look.
pretty good. Holy moly.
Well, like runs in the family.
Wow, you even have the way it branches out here. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
You
And-
continue on your way. And eventually you come to a spot. Xanthi, you know this because of your map. And you stop. Everybody kind of stops behind you. And you know that just around the bend is where these, what did we say? Quintuplet homicide?
Quintuple.
Quintuple homicide occurred where there should be 5 headless corpses.
All right, my map says it's somewhere right around here, so everyone look for a corpse.
I'm going to take my bow out. Just get it ready.
I'll put my book away.
I am going to look for sort of where I think they would have been and look for tracks or blood on the ground or whatever, like on the side of the road where we think we saw them.
Okay, so you're gonna move up to where so it's just around the bend. So you're all moving up.
It's just on the bed.
Yep.
Okay. Sorry, I thought we had come up on.
Yeah,
it
I kind of
already.
wanted to give you guys a chance to sort of prepare yourselves before you go around the corner of this grisly scene.
Do we want to come at it from the forest? Maybe cut in and sort of come in, try to get a look before we step out.
Well, when we came across it the first time, we were worried that maybe it was trapped or something. So maybe we should stealth up to it, just to make sure that it's not like zombies or something.
Zombies.
Well, I mean, can you think of something horrible that corpses would be?
Corpses?
They're already dead.
So are zombies.
Makes sense to me.
I've never seen a headless zombie.
I haven't either, but
Well-
I know enough to be afraid of one.
What
So how
you,
about we-
Elron? You ever see a zombie?
No.
Elron, you seen a zombie before?
Zombie? I mean, I've heard of them. I was
Yeah,
a little
I've heard
young
about
for
it.
the thing that happened, 10 years ago.
Were there zombies then?
Well, let me see. Let me just see if I can
There's
bring
a lot of
something back. Nah, I can't. I don't know. I've heard stories, but there were orcs and I don't know, things of that nature. Zombies. Probably, yeah.
Wow.
All right, let's just go carefully.
Well, how about we park it here and then we send Des to take a look-see?
I don't want to go up there
Oh, I
by
like
myself.
that.
Well, if you go through the woods and you kind of hide, you're good at that, aren't you?
There's 5 of us. Why don't we just go up there?
Yeah, and there's 5 of them.
I'm just going by the fact that we didn't want to spring any traps and we want to kind of get the lay of the land before we get there. If you want to just walk down the road, I'm happy to just walk down the road. Shall we just walk down the road? Let's walk down the road.
Yeah, let's just
I
walk.
mean, We
They're
already
walking
came
down
down
the
this road.
Do you want to
right?
lead the way, Lachlan?
Yeah, I'm up there.
I'll stand way back here behind
No
Elrond.
problem.
Maybe you should be in front, big guy.
I'll be in the
just
saying.
middle then, as you guys pass me.
All right, I'll go up towards the front and look around for traps.
All right, so you're going to lead the front. Go ahead and give me an investigation check. Are you guys stealthing forward?
I'm gonna try to move stealthily.
Yeah, stealthily.
Okay. Give me some
I-
stealth rolls if you
I don't do
intended-
stealth, which is why I was suggesting we hang behind. But
Okay. Well,
So-
give it a go
Oh my
anyways if you're gonna give it a try.
I'm rolling so horrible today. I hope it ends soon. There's a 10 investigation and a 10 in stealth.
Oh shit. That's pretty
6.
good.
So that was a 2 and a 4.
I have 2 on my stealth.
And before that was a 4.
A 6, a 2, a 10, and what did you get, Norb?
I got a 21 on my stealth.
Oh my.
There's a ninja back there. He's in the back.
Yep, he's in the way back.
Way
And
back.
Ashley, give me a d20 roll for our friend Elrond, please.
Okay.
+1.
Natural 20 plus 1.
So the two guys in the back of the pack, Elrond and Norb, are just quiet as can be.
hmm
Okay.
They're like, I thought we were going to be quiet.
I told you I don't stealth. So you guys want?
Me and Lachlan are up there tromping through the bushes.
Lachlan stops and I just smack into him.
Dope. Natural
What
20. Very nice. Oh my gosh. Hey, we have a new natural 20 emote.
Do
There it
we?
is. Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, wait.
Okay. So even with your 10 investigation, Des, you can see up ahead that there is a pile of corpses, and you can smell it before you actually can make out like the distinction. And just so happens it's still early enough in the morning where there is what appears to be like a dog or maybe a coyote like tearing at one of the corpses, like just it doesn't notice you at first, but because of the bad stealth rolls and Xanthi bumping into Lachlan and making a ruckus, it looks up and then it runs off into the woods and disappears.
Was that dog eating that corpse?
I think it was.
Ew.
It's kind of gross. Anyways, Elrond, here you go. 5 dead bodies.
Is that what we see?
Well, we should go take a look, I guess. And he
Yeah.
kind of pushes past you guys as he marches up to it. And he just, oh my God, it stinks. Oh,
I do prestidigitation next to him with peppermint.
that's
um,
nice.
I'd like to go up and see if I can,
Smells bad.
other than not having heads, see if I can kind of figure out what happened.
Okay. So
I
you're going to go
Like,
up and
was it
do
a
a little
fight?
investigation.
Yeah.
Yep. So give me an investigation roll. What are the rest of you doing while Des moves forward? You guys are basically all standing there within probably 10 to 15 feet. Des moves forward. The guard, Elrond, moves forward to sort of investigate. I'm not going to have him roll. I'm going to leave the rolling up to you guys, but he's there sort of helping to some extent.
It was a 16.
A 16? Okay. How about the rest of you? What are you three doing while this is happening?
You know,
I
I'm gonna
would like-
start.
Go ahead.
Sorry. Oh, I'm gonna start molding the earth to make like an impression in the ground where we can bury these bodies.
Okay. Whereabouts? In the road or off to the side? Or
I'll do it off to the side, wherever I can find some loose dirt. Just move it out of the way and keep digging down so I can fit them all in.
I would like to do an investigation. And then as a side note, I'm going to keep trying to do the peppermint smell so that I don't vomit on a corpse.
Okay, nice. Yeah, that's a really great use of prestidigitation. I love that. How about you, Lachlan? Xanthe, give me an investigation roll, please.
I will roll with advantage. Dirty 20.
Very nice. What was your roll, Des? For investigation?
Oh, 16.
16,
for
20,
investigation.
and Norb, what were you rolling?
I was just using my cantrip holder to dig a hole.
Oh, that's right. To make that. Yep, got it. It'll take you some time. You can, I think you can move like a 5-foot cube, and you're kind of digging a hole basically. And then Lachlan, how about you?
I am going to cast guidance on myself.
Okay.
And then I was going to do it on these guys, but it went too quickly, and you asked what their role was before I could do it on them. So I'll do it on myself. And while these guys are focused on checking, I'm going to keep an eye out on the forest around us, making sure we don't get surprised by anything coming out of the woods.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of like, keeping over because I'm terrible at investigations. I'm just going to.
So you want to do a perception check or, okay, perception check. So a couple of things, we'll come back to you in a second, Lachlan. Xanthe, you notice that there are tear marks on these bodies as if they have been scavenged by the local animals, coyotes like you saw, or wild dogs. There are kind of like drag marks in the ground where the bodies have been pulled. You can see as you look, and Des, you notice this too, that where the heads were severed looks to be sort of clean, as if it was a skilled decapitation of some kind. It looks different than the animal pulls, the bites and the scrapes and the claw marks. Those all appear to be, Xanthe, not that you would know this, not that Xanthe would know what this means, but post-mortem, right? These things happen after these guys were dead. And it makes sense. When you went by in the cart with Hammett, they were all kneeling as if like, praying. They were just kind of there with their arms at their sides, kneeling on the ground, kind of facing the road as you went past. But now they have been pulled and knocked over. The blood around the bodies is still wet and kind of a dark red, but there is some crustiness like on their clothing as if it started to dry a little bit overnight and in the morning sun.
Are they dressed like local townsfolk, or do they have like armor and like traveling gear and stuff like that?
They don't have any sort of armor or symbols on them. They look as though they're travelers of some kind. They're not quite dressed as if they had come from town. They look like they have heavy cloaks on. There's packs that have been opened as you look around, Xanthe. You see in the trees, their traveling packs are laying kind of thrown into the trees. So you get the sense that they weren't necessarily like people that were just out for a walk, for example. They were travelers.
We should look at their packs. Do we think, it's probably that they were robbed and then killed, but like, if they left valuables, then it's not about the robbing.
It seems weird that they would be decapitated. Usually bandits are not out to murder. They're just out to steal things.
Extreme, yeah.
I don't know. Those bandits that attacked us were really ready to murder us.
Yeah, but they like hid in the trees and were shooting us from hiding spots. They weren't out cutting off everybody's head. I don't know.
It's true.
Maybe if they cornered us.
I didn't see any of them with like a sword or a sickle or anything.
Just didn't seem like their style.
Xanthe, because you rolled a dirty 20, you also notice, because you have a fondness for jewelry, you have a nice bracelet, for example. I don't know how much of a fondness that would be, but you take note of these things, and you look at you look for rings or anything like that, and you can see that on one of the bodies, there's like the sun band of a ring that used to be on a finger, where you can see it's tan, and then there's one section of their finger where there's kind of a lighter skin color indicating that there was a ring on that finger.
This one used to have a ring.
And it's
Oh,
gone
yeah.
now.
Nope.
So maybe they were robbed.
Are there any packs laying around?
Yes,
see
in the
their heads
trees
anywhere?
about 5 to maybe 10 feet away off the road.
Mhm.
It looks, as Xanthi points it out, because she was the first one to see the packs, it looks as though they'd been rifled through, and there's like blankets and some knickknacks that are thrown about. You can just see that all of the gear is kind of strewn behind these bushes as if to dispose of the gear. Lachlan, what did you roll for your perception check?
I did use my my guidance, and I got a total of 23.
23. Okay. So you're looking about, trying to make sure that there's no ambush of any kind. It's quiet here. You do hear birds flitting about, and there's there's bees that buzz past you. You don't hear anything lurking or crunching through the woods. And you kind of look around, and with that roll, you do notice that there are a set of tracks on the ground near the bodies that lead off into the woods.
Be careful over there, guys. I think those tracks I see. Elron, do you know anything about tracking? I think these might be tracks.
Yeah, a little bit. Let's look. Give me a D20 roll, Lachlan, for a tracking check for Elron.
So 14 plus whatever he's got.
Okay.
Do you think it was bandits?
If you're asking me, I don't know. I'm not a tracker. I just saw the what looked like footsteps here, but maybe Elron has a better idea.
I mean, it looks as though some things were stolen, so it could be bandits. But like I said, this decapitation, it just doesn't. It's like a whole new level of horribleness. It's like disgusting.
Sending a message or a warning or something.
Maybe. And that one, I mean, they took the ring, like you said, off that one, and these tracks, they look like they're less than a day old.
What I want to know is, where are their heads?
I think they probably
take
took
them?
them. Yeah.
I mean,
Why, for like a bounty?
They're not over here by the packs. Maybe, I don't know.
You searched the
Maybe
packs?
They weren't,
Yeah, we totally searched the packs.
All right. Whoever's searching a pack, give me a D100 roll.
All right. I'm going to search a pack.
Okay.
47.
Trask.
32.
There is a Trask inside the pack.
A Trask in the pack. It's a pack of holding a Trask.
All right. Xanthi, what did you roll? 47?
Yes.
Okay. There you find a metal can in one of the packs. Just a nondescript metal can.
Oh, is it empty?
Do you pick it up and inspect it?
Sure. What is this?
You shake it, and you can hear that there's something rattling inside of it.
Is it sealed?
It's totally sealed. You look at it, there appears to be no opening on it at all.
Amazing.
Who else investigated?
I did. I rolled a 32.
Oh, you find a foldable pocket knife. Not a dagger by any sense. It's a small knife that you could use for paring an apple or, cutting off a hangnail maybe. But it's a nice knife. Wooden handled.
Slip it in my pocket.
Okay.
I'll take the can.
Yeah, you shake it and it's like there's something coarse inside of it rattling around. I think we should see where these tracks go. I mean, it'd be good to know.
How many people do you figure the tracks?
Hard to say. They're all over each other.
Following tracks.
As they're all just talking about this, I'm going to start grabbing bodies and dragging them into the hole.
Oh, here, let me help you with that. Elrond comes over and starts dragging with you. Good call.
Yeah, they're gone, but they shouldn't be eaten.
I'll tell Des to keep an eye out, and I'll go and help them.
I'm
you
gonna
guys
see if I can spot that wild dog that was eating dead people.
Okay. Give me a perception check while three of the individuals are helping to pull these bodies. Do you think we should say anything?
No, I'm not a religious man, but
Me neither.
I'll say something.
but yeah, Lachlan.
So when we finish putting the bodies in and kind of burying them as best we can, I'll just
they're well buried. Trust me.
grab my amulet, and I'll say, no one knows where these pilgrims came from or where they were going, but on this, their final voyage, Stormcrow, I'll ask that you escort their souls to at least a restful place that they may find some measure of peace, regardless of how gruesome the end was. Take them under your wing and guide them past the storm.
The Elrond kind of just adds at the end, may you find rest in Arcadia. Okay.
Zoom tight.
What did you roll, Xanthi, for your perception check?
12.
12. You look about, trying to see if the dog is still hanging around or this coyote is still hanging around, and you don't see anything milling about. The only thing that catches your eye are the tracks again that lead off into the woods.
Good.
Let's follow
Look,
these tracks.
I was going to say we could simply go back, report what we found.
I haven't really found much. Let's
Something tells me we should follow the tracks, but I mean, we could be putting
There's a
ourselves
job
at risk.
happening.
Well,
Find out what's going on.
we are quite capable, so don't worry. We'll protect you.
or if you want, Elrond, you can return to town and tell your sheriff what we found, and perhaps something happens to us and we don't come back, you can bring them back here and with a greater group.
Bury us.
Nope, I'm not going to do that. I'm in.
You have a wife, right? You have children?
Yeah, 2 little ones at home.
How about you go back home and warn the sheriff about what's happened here and make sure that there's someone ready to come up if we don't show back up by nightfall tonight.
Roll a persuasion check.
Persuasion. +5. Ooh. Ching! Natural 20.
No way.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Oh, you just
I can
scared
show
the
you
pants
if you
off this guy.
I try to. My camera's probably not going to reach, but no, it's not going to reach. You'll have to trust me.
Well, I'm glad you had
Yeah.
pants on at least. All right.
For once.
So
Looks
he
like a
looks
zero.
at you and he looks at the tracks and he looks back at you, Lachlan. He says, all right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back and I'm going to grab a couple more men and we're going to come back out. Make your way back here when you found what you find. Be careful. If you're not back here when we get here, we're going to come and find you.
All right. Well,
I'll leave a trail.
yeah, that's what I was going to say. We'll leave a trail for you to follow if anything happens.
Okay, I'll go get help. Good luck. Don't get killed.
Careful on the road. Doesn't mean it's safe just because this place is perhaps more dangerous.
Yeah, should we leave him alone on the road?
I'll be fine.
He's already gone. He's like hoofing it. He's double timing it back to
That didn't
town.
take long. All right. Should we get going?
Let's.
All
Who's
right,
good at
so
tracking?
you start to follow the tracks into the woods. Anybody who has proficiency? Does anybody have proficiency in survival?
Nobody. Norb?
I
Norb,
get
you
a
know how to
plus
follow
3
tracks?
to it, but I'm not proficient in it.
That's okay.
Proficient
That
in
just-
investigation.
That just means it's harder. That just means it's harder. All right, so go ahead and roll
Whoever has plus
a.
3 roll.
Let's do a group. Let's do a group survival check
Can I
to
throw guidance
maintain
at us?
tracking.
Can I throw guidance at us?
Yep, you can throw guidance for sure.
So is that a plus 4 or a plus D4?
D4.
Plus D4, yeah.
Ooh, and then a D4 on that?
Yep. Did you just roll a natural 20?
No, 8. It's a dirty
Ooh.
21 plus
I rolled a
Those are the best kinds of 21s.
4.
17.
So
total.
that would be 25.
Terrible, Dave.
17, 25.
13.
12.
Well, I would say for a couple of non-proficient trackers, you're doing pretty damn
City
well.
Yeah.
The trail that's left appears to be well worn, almost as if following a game trail of some sorts. You do have to duck down at times and sort of break through some of the branches as carefully as you can without making too much noise, hopefully. But you are able to follow the tracks as they weave their way up hillsides. You're making your way deeper and deeper into this conifer forest, these tall pine trees, and then there's these scattered, rather beautiful deciduous trees that are starting to turn a dark auburn color, oranges and yellows, and the leaves are starting to die, and some of them are starting to flitter down in the wind and drop on the ground. You do also see a smattering of blood trail. Every once in a while you see blood on the ground and more blood on the ground that guides you along this trail. Eventually you get to a spot where you see more blood. Like a lot of blood. So it went from like little trickles and spots of blood, and then all of a sudden there's a significant amount of blood on the trail. You guys stop for a minute.
Getting worse. Do you see this?
I look up. Is like did the blood drip from above, or was it just somebody carrying something really bloody or somebody bleeding a lot?
Or who stopped here with something bloody they were carrying?
I'll knock an arrow in my bow.
Okay.
It's pretty dirty.
Nobody's been around to clean it up yet.
Is there anything up, like Ashley was saying?
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you, Ashley.
Yeah, I immediately look up to see if blood dripped from above or if it was somebody carrying something bloody.
Yeah, you don't see anything above.
Okay.
Yeah, you can see through the canopy a little bit to the sky above. It's about midday at this point, maybe just past midday. There's a light breeze, and but nothing. There's no blood on the branches above you. It all seems to be on the ground in front of you.
Cool.
Does it look like something was deposited on the ground?
Roll investigation check.
Guidance. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
14. You get the sense as you kneel down to inspect this rather large, somewhat soaked in blood patch that maybe something was set down here and then picked back up.
Looks like whoever's carrying the heads maybe dropped the heads here, or if they were carrying a body that was bleeding, they might have dropped it here. There's some indentations here that shows where they put down their burden, and that's why the blood pooled here.
Maybe those 5 fought back.
Somebody
They
could
injured
still be
one of them.
alive. We should hurry.
Maybe. I mean, this blood looks to be, I guess it looks to be as old as the one that was on the side of the road, Dave.
Yeah. it would be about you would think it's about the same time frame roughly.
Mhm.
You look ahead, and all of you kind of your eyes raise up ahead down this little game trail that you're following, and you can see another smaller pool of blood ahead. Again, a little dried, soaked into the ground a bit.
There's more up here, and I'm gonna move up and to go check it out.
Okay.
I'll
So
follow.
you kind of rush ahead to go check it out.
I'll walk calmly behind them with my hands in my sleeves of my robes.
Okay.
Yeah,
You get-
I'm gonna follow with Norb.
All right. You get to the second patch of blood, and you look at it. Lachlan, you hear
Sure.
a sound up ahead. Xanthe, you look up as you feel Lachlan kind of tense for a minute, and you see out of the corner of your eye movement in the woods, and you look over, and it's gone.
What is it?
I'm gonna use message, even though we're pretty close, and just tell Lachlan, there's something in the woods. You hear in your head.
So, Dave, when you said I heard something up ahead, it sounded like you broke out, like you broke up there. Was there something I was supposed to hear, or?
No, just me going.
Okay, yeah, all right. So I'll move up to where these two are, and kind of pull Norb along, and go. All right, let's gather up. And once we're together, I'll cast bless on them, on all three of them.
Okay.
And then everyone pick a direction. Make sure we're not getting surprised.
So you're kind of like backs to backs to backs to backs and looking in different directions.
Sort of circling the wagon and with the wagon and just checking the area, making sure that one might be coming around.
Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, you hear from ahead, Lachlan, you're facing down the trail where you heard the noise. You hear more.
Does it sound like, dogs, sounds dogs or coyotes or something like that would make, or does it sound like something like troglodytish or something like that, like?
Roll a nature check. And while he's rolling that, just a quick reminder to folks in the chat that we are giving away some really awesome loot from CZ RPG. Please enter !drawing to be entered to win the Redwoods, which is really sweet. What'd you get, sir?
11.
11. Hard to tell. It sounds like a growl of some kind. Des, as you're sort of backed up looking, you didn't hear what Xanthe said because she said it to Lachlan, but you suddenly see out of the corner of your eye something similar, just a flash of movement in the trees, but it's really thick vegetation around, and you can't quite make it out, and then it disappeared.
There, I saw something over there.
I think there's several of them. They're probably trying to suss out if we're worth attacking or not. Let's move away from the blood. Let's move as a pack. Keep looking whatever direction you're looking at to make sure we don't get surprised. But let's move away from the blood, which might be what's attracting them.
Before you are able to move, Des, from the direction that you're looking, you hear not a growl, but the sound of a taut string being pulled, and then the whoosh of an arrow flying towards you, as an arrow comes zinging out of the woods towards you, and oh, poor Des. 18 to hit you.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay.
Level 1, so,
What's your armor class?
15.
Oof. Yeah, you got to get some better armor.
Why am I in front?
Well, you're not in
we're
front.
in a circle.
Oh, fuck. That's going to be
27
six
damage.
piercing damage as you take an arrow to the chest.
Started the
And I need
fight.
everybody to roll initiative, please.
6, you said, Dave?
6 total, yeah.
Okay.
25 to 20.
Oh,
15 to 20.
16.
19.
Xanthi with a 19. Lachlan with a 16. What's your dex score?
It's 12.
Okay. 10 to 15.
10.
10. Okay. That's for Dez. And Norb, what'd you get?
I got an 8.
An 8. Okay. Xanthi, you see as an arrow hits Dez again in the chest. He takes an arrow blast and he just kind of like gets down on a knee as he says, "Get down!" You can tell that the arrow came from the western direction, and I'm going to bring up a map here. From down the trail, you hear, and these 2 individual creatures come running down the trail at you. It's not their turn, but it will be shortly. Let me bring up this map for everybody. Map. All right. Xanthi, what would you like to do?
Xanthi sees Des take yet another arrow and still cries out, Des! And she
Poor guy.
turns on these creatures that are attacking them and instinctively reaches out and casts Firebolt.
Okay. Give me an attack roll, please.
Only 10. Rolled real bad.
Oh, they're running down the trail, and you can see that they're brandishing. They are brandishing daggers as they come running, and they're obviously. Well, actually, give me a nature roll. I'm curious if you've seen anything like this before. You're from. You've done some traveling, so it's possible.
Nope.
They are small, green and brown-skinned creatures with big bulbous noses and pointy ears, and they look ravenous as they smile and grimace at you with this toothy maw. For those watching, these are goblins, but they are running towards you. And as you fire your firebolt, one of them kind of ducks down and does a front-forward roll, and then jumps back up on his feet and keeps running at you.
Oh, no.
Do you want to do anything else with your turn?
That's all I can do.
Okay. That brings us to... Oh, that brings us to them. So they are going to close the distance. Coming at you, Lachlan. They are going to swing some daggers in your direction. The first one on the left is going to miss big time with a 7. The second one to the right on the screen, that's a natural 20. In which case, it sticks you right in the abdomen with a well-placed dagger hit, and you take 2 piercing damage.
All right. I will use my reaction
Okay.
to use my Wrath of the Storm power, so they both must make Dex saving throws.
Ooh, nice. Okay. Dex save. A dirty 20 on the first one, and an 11 on the second one.
All right, so 11 fails, so it's 2d8 thunder damage, we'll say.
Okay.
As soon as it hits me, as soon as the one that managed to hit me hits me, there's this huge kaboom that emanates from me and just blasts out at them. So the one that failed is going to take 10 damage. The other one will take 5.
Tell me what it looks like as you completely obliterate both of these creatures.
So yeah, it's just that as soon as one of them hits me, there's just like, again, I was just standing there waiting for it with my shield up. I let him come. The first one swung and it hit the shield and didn't do anything. But the second one, the second he sticked me, there's this loud, brutal explosion that happens, but it's just sound, and it creates like this circle of dust around us, and it's kind of like this giant invisible force just slammed down from the sky and crushes them both in front of Lachlan with this resounding boom that resonates throughout the forest and bangs off the trees around us, and the trees are, the limbs are shaking and the leaves are falling down. Then Captain America style, just sort of standing there with the shield up.
Nice. Yeah, they're just blown to bits from this damage as their body parts are thrown into the trees. They're like hanging off of branches. There is a second shot from the trees towards Dez, of course.
No.
But I think that's going to miss with a 7.
Yep, that misses.
Arrow comes
fortunately.
flying past you as you duck out of the way, anticipating it now. You just kind of assume that everybody's shooting at you, I suppose, at this point. That brings us to
magnet for arrows.
that brings us to an individual who steps out from the trees around the corner here. This guy here. And he is going to shout out, "Get 'em, boys!" In Goblin. So you probably, unless you speak Goblin, you probably don't understand what he says.
Yeah.
And as he says that, someone runs up from behind you. And is going to attack Xanthi. Yeah!
Oh,
That's going to miss with a 7. He comes up.
yes.
Yeah. Wait, hold on.
Ah!
Hold on. I think he gets advantage.
Uh-oh.
Yep, he gets advantage. It still doesn't hit. It's a 14.
No.
Okay. So he
Narrowly
misses
misses.
with the jab of his dagger. And that brings us to Lachlan.
All right, so the arrow that hit, just so I can orient myself, the arrows that hit Dez came from where? From west? The west?
Yep,
you
from
said?
the west.
All right. So I will basically, sorry, I need to drink some water. I will tell Dez to get down, man, and then I will step through. Well, I tried moving my character and everything just went bonkers and I disappeared. But I
You
will
went
step
under my character.
Oh, okay. Thank God you're not very heavy. And I will just sort of step through her, and as I do, I'm gonna hammer this fool of a took.
Okay.
I'm gonna swing the hammer. Natural 20.
Oh, jeez.
Wow. Okay.
Sweet.
You don't even need to roll the damage. As you swing the hammer around, you crush this individual's head, knocking it down. As it runs up behind Xanthi and takes a stab, she kind of dodges out of the way, seeing it out of the corner of her eye, and you just step forward and club it down.
With the hammer. Down, boy!
Anything else from Lachlan?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a quick look at Dez. Is he looking like he's in a really bad way, or does he look like he's...
I have less than half my hit points.
That doesn't
He
tell me.
took 6, just so you know.
Now, what does that look like, though?
I would say he has an arrow protruding from his right upper chest area, and
It doesn't look
it's
great.
bleeding.
There you go.
All right, I will end. Sorry, after I smoke this guy, I'll look over my shoulder and I see he's down. I'll be like, "Come on, Des, get up!" And I'll, gesture towards him and I'll cast Healing Word on him as a bonus action,
Nice.
giving you 1d4 plus 3. So that's 5 points.
All right. Thank you.
And that brings us to your turn, Des.
All right. That arrow shot that came at me, the last one that missed, what direction did that come from?
From the west.
All right. So can I make a quick perception check to kind of figure out where that came from?
Sure. Yeah, roll a perception check.
Uh, 15.
15. All right, let me just see here. You can't tell where it's coming from, but you know it's to the west. You don't see an individual. There are multiple spots where it could be. You don't see any person or creature, but you can see spots where it looks like it would be great to have a view of you on the trail. Like you're sort of thinking about the shooting lanes, you know, more so than you are thinking about seeing an individual in a tree or in a spot.
All right. So I guess with my action, I'll duck over here and hide. Take the hide action.
Okay. Roll a stealth check, please. Norb.
All right, I am going to take 2 steps towards the sky to the south, cast Minor Illusion into the woods. The sound of a bear roaring, and I'm going to have it moving towards that creature that's to our south to try and scare it.
All right. Give me I would say either Arcana, or I would also give you a Deception if you want to use either of those two. Are you trained in, or do you have proficiency in Arcana?
I do, and I have Minor Illusion as a cantrip.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an Arcana roll. Let's see how well you do with the Deception.
That's going to be 21.
Oh, wow. Okay, let me do an insight check for this guy. Nope. You're not sure what the effect is going to be, but you're pretty happy with your illusion.
And then I'll hold my hands up and look like I'm scared.
All right.
That's my turn, though.
I like it. Xanthi.
I am gonna spin and hold my hand out to that one boss guy who made some kind of sickum, cry. I mean, I don't speak Goblin, but I can understand what "get 'em" sounds like in multiple languages. So I am going to try to attack that guy who's out in the open.
All right.
With advantage this time.
All right. What kind of attack are you going to make?
Firebolt.
All right.
Oh, you guys have Bless, right?
Yep.
That's still kicking around.
Oh, is that that's to attack?
Plus D4.
To attack or saving throw.
27. Does that hit?
That does hit.
Yeah. I would hope so.
Does that hit?
Oof. But only
DC 30.
1 point of fire damage.
Okay.
I'm panicking.
Not a
Do
plus
you want to
anything?
move or use a bonus action?
Yeah, she is going to you know what? I'm just going to go into the bushes here because everybody else went into the bushes just to see if I can get any kind of cover.
Okay. Are you trying to hide or just getting cover?
Just cover.
Okay. That brings us to the goblin, who is terrified right now, having been nearly hit by actually taking one fire damage and being convinced that there's a bear coming, is going to take a few steps back. and then is going to pull the short bow out and fire a short bow shot at Norb.
Norb.
First attack, 11, does not hit you. Pretty sure.
Nope.
The second one that's a 23 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
5 piercing damage, and then with the rest of his movement is going to sort of like backpedal and kind of disappears behind the shrubbery. And then there is an arrow shot. Actually, I'm going to hold that. Okay, that brings us to Lachlan.
So we got that dude down there. You're all right.
And
He's
something's in shooting from the bushes to the
You
left.
guys are moving in there, and that guy's retreating.
Correct.
So about how far is the boss kind of guy from me?
I would say he is exactly 45
Okay.
feet, but he is around the corner, and he probably has close to full cover from where you are currently. You would have to
okay,
move to get a better
that.
vantage point. Yeah.
I'll get that. I am going to move as far as I can down towards where Norb is, like to try and see him. So I'm not sure how to do the measuring thing. There were the rulers there. So I can move 25 feet as a dwarf.
Just grab your token, and you can use the arrow keys on your keyboard to move your token. And you have, I think, 25 feet of movement as a dwarf.
Yeah.
So you can move them 5 spaces.
Do I see him well enough to throw an axe at him?
I would say he's got a little bit of cover, but you can certainly try from where you are. You can see him as he's sort of backpedaling away with a short bow in his hands.
All right. Well, as I'm running towards him, I'm just gonna transfer my hammer over to the other hand, pull out an axe, chuck it.
Okay. All right.
For all I'm worth. That's a 13 plus.
I'd say he's have half cover, maybe. Well, we'll call it 3/4. Yeah, half cover. What was the total?
13 plus 2, so 14.
You fling the axe, is it? Hand
It's
axe?
throwing a hand axe, yeah.
Yep. And as it flies through the air, he's backpedaling. He sees it coming because he's kind of looking at you, and it misses.
Okay.
Anything else from Lachlan?
Damn it. I do not believe so. No.
Right. Dez, you get the sense that you're pretty well hidden.
Yeah, I rolled a 17 for stealth.
Yeah.
Can I see from my hiding place, can I see the guy that just ran off?
Which guy?
Or is that obscured?
The guy to
my
the south?
Yeah.
I think it would be pretty hard. Give me a perception check with disadvantage.
If I think that's going to be too hard, can I keep looking around for the one that's shooting at us from the west?
Absolutely.
All right, so I'm going to decide that would be easier and try to find him.
Okay.
So can I do a perception for that?
Yep. It'll still be at disadvantage just because you're scanning through vegetation from where you're hiding. Ooh.
Why did I only roll once? Okay, hold on. 13.
Just so happens I rolled terrible on a stealth check for this guy, and you do see an individual through the trees. You can kind of see right here. There's a little bit of a... Oh, that's not showing you that. Here we go. This line right here, through the trees, you see movement.
All right, so I'll take a shot at him
Okay.
From being hidden, that's with advantage, right?
Yep,
Can you attack
I think
from
so.
being hidden?
I don't think so.
Isn't that one of the ways rogues can get sneak attack? Is from
Firing
attacking
from a hidden
while they're
position.
hidden?
Sure,
Yeah.
let's do it. Go ahead and roll with advantage.
All right.
I don't know if that's a thing
Just
or not. We'll have to
dying
look
to
it
get
up.
sneak attack for once. All right. Either that or I'll use one of my advantages I got from the
No,
chat.
let's go with it. We'll check it later. It sounds cool.
All right. Hold on one second.
Hey, thanks for the resub, Phoenix. Good to see ya.
Here we go. Jesus Christ. All right. I rolled in a 1 and a 2, so that's an 8 to hit.
Oh, that misses, unfortunately.
The worst dice roll.
Yeah, that was not good, man.
Oh my god.
Sorry to hear that. Do you want to move to get a better position, or you want to try to hide again?
I don't know if I can hide again because that's technically an action, right?
Yeah, until your second level.
So I'm going to move this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and kind of try to put myself put the goblins on the other side of me and these other guys.
Okay, smart. That brings us
Since
to
I'm an arrow
Norb.
magnet.
All right.
Norb it
Xanthi
up.
on deck.
So that bear roar is still happening.
Okay.
And it will continue for 5 more rounds.
Okay.
Just a bear roaring in the woods. I will charge forward to this guy to my south, so I'm going to move 30. I'm going to catch up to the guy. I'm just going to reach out with both my arms and just pull him into a big old hug. Whoa, buddy.
You gonna try to grapple him?
I'm going to grapple him.
All right. Give me a acrobatics check, please. And I will contest
Use
it.
athletics.
I'm going to use an advantage. Oh, yeah, sorry, athletics. It is an athletics
and I'm
check.
also going to use an advantage.
Okay.
War the advantages.
Well, I got a natural 20 for a 26.
Yeah, he's definitely grappled. You just give him a big old bear hug. Stop his movement.
Then I'll say to him in common, "Come on, man. This is really not very nice."
He just barks back at you in a language.
Oh,
Well, do
shoot,
you speak Goblin?
I don't understand that. No, I don't
Okay.
understand any of that. I'll bark back at him.
He nods his head.
What did he say though?
All right. Anything else, Norb? You've got him. You used your action.
And
you've
I've
got
used
your...
my movement. Yeah,
Yep.
that's it.
All right. Xanthi.
All right, since Des was next to me when he fired back at that creature, do I know where the goblin in the trees is?
You could roll a perception check.
Okay.
You definitely saw the direction that he fired, so it won't be
I
at
am rolling
disadvantage.
so good at like the checks. I got a dirty 21.
Yeah, you see a goblin dipping behind this rock right here.
Okay. Since I've had 2 shots where I've been very frustrated and it hasn't worked right, I hold out both hands and I just go, "Work!" And I cast Sacred Flame. So please make a Dexterity 15 saving throw.
All right. Dexterity. I failed. It's an 11.
All right then. 3 points of radiant damage.
Tell me how this individual is immolated to death from your fiery powers.
this time, instead of fire streaking out from my hands, it looks as though he just bursts into radiant golden flames. And he takes no benefit from cover. He just immolates.
And just is completely consumed by fire. Just screaming out.
Well, that was different.
All right. Do you want to do any movement or anything, Xanthi?
Yeah, I'll sneak forward around this tree and see if I can see what's going on the other side.
Okay.
I will use the tree for partial cover.
All right. Yes, you have partial cover. Not a problem. All right. That brings us to the goblin that is currently being grappled by Norb in a big old bear hug. Norb, he struggles, and then you feel a stab from a knife in your stomach as he attempts to stab you. That is going to be a 13 to hit you.
That bounces off my rock hard abs.
Do you have armor on?
No.
Okay, it
Just in
bounces off
robes.
your rock hard abs, I guess, just like you said. Damn, you're fit. He gets a second attack.
Fit to
God damn it, I rolled a 13 again.
split.
Your abs seem to win out against this guy
Yeah.
as he tries to stab you and fails to get the knife in a orientation that actually will pierce you. That is his turn. He cannot move, and he has no bonus action to use at the moment. So that brings us to Lachlan.
All right, I'm 25 feet away from him, so I'm going to rush up to him with my hammer and come up, and as Norb is holding him, I'll come up behind him and boom behind the head. Do I get advantage from him being grappled by the Norbster?
Yes, I will
I'm
say
grappling him.
you do.
Was that non-lethal damage, or are you?
Are you hitting me?
No, I'm hitting him. What
are
do we
you
know
doing,
about these
Lachlan?
creatures? Like, do I figure that like this is something that we could capture and interrogate, or is this like a monster that I know there's nothing to do but put it down?
Have you dealt with goblins before?
Oh,
Do you think?
I don't know. Have I? I mean, I'm
Roll a
level
nature-
one,
roll a
so I
nature
haven't
check.
been Charlotte for very- I
Roll a
haven't
nature
been
check for
Charlotte
me.
for very long. So my nature check is 11 plus my nature, which is probably not very high. So 13 total.
I mean, you get the sense that this isn't a beast. It has weapons. It has, armor. It had been communicating with. You may have never been this close up and personal with a goblin, but you've heard of goblins for sure.
And so what I know of them,
That they're ruthless fighters and combatants. That they have no love for anything that is pure. That they will destroy everything in their path.
so that settles it. And I'm not going to do subdual damage. I'm going to whack-a-mole him. And so with the advantage, I rolled an 18 plus 6 to hit, so 24. To hit.
24 definitely 100% hits.
And then I will do a D8. D8 plus 4. So 6 plus 4, 10 damage.
All right, 10 damage. Yeah, you crack it with your hammer. Is this bludgeoning damage?
Yeah.
Yep, you smack it hard and it just opens up a huge wound on it and blood splatters all over Norb. Anything else from Lachlan?
Sorry, Norb.
You want to say anything or do anything else? Des, you're next, Des.
No, there's nothing else I'll do. I'll just be like, hold him still as I smack him
All right. Desmond.
All right. I think I'm too far away to do anything, but oops. Do I feel like I can make a clear shot at this guy from here? Is he being grappled right now?
He is being grappled right now by Norb. And then your other
Um,
friend, Lachlan, is standing there just smacking him with the hammer.
Okay, I'm gonna draw my bow and I'm gonna hold an attack. And if this goblin tries to attack either one of these guys, I'm gonna take a shot at him.
Okay. All right. It's a Hefeweizen. GDTRFB. All right. So you're gonna ready an action. That
Yep.
brings us to Norb. You've got this guy in a bear hug. You've got a bear sound growling from the trees behind you. He just
All right,
looks at you. He's got this toothy mouth, green, grayish skin, like this weird, like patchy hair on top of his head. He's long ears, and he's got this sort of like rotting leather armor, and he's got a knife in his hand. You know he's got a knife because he's been trying to stab you.
Right. So I kind of want to. What I want to do is I want to kind of squeeze him unconscious. Not like. Would you call that an unarmed attack? Can I do that? Something like that.
Sleeper hold.
Yeah, you can do an unarmed attack. You're not a monk. You're not going to be doing like
Right.
martial arts, but you can
Right.
you can
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of like
headbutt him. You can
boom, slap him in the face.
I would say, yeah. I mean, you can let go of him and slap him, or you could crack him and keep a hold on him. If you release him
I
from
want
one
to keep
arm,
a hold on him.
Yeah, he might have an opportunity to get away from you.
Yeah, so I think I'm just gonna like lean my head back, crack the neck, and then just boom, headbutt him.
Okay, give me an unarmed attack. You are not
Remember you have
proficient
bless?
in unarmed attacks, right? So just a D20 plus your strength bonus. No proficiency bonus on this one.
I got a
You have bless.
20
That's going to hit.
plus bless. Well, I'm not gonna use bless.
So
I don't need
unarmed
it.
attack, I believe you just do 1 point of damage.
I do. It says 5 on my.
Oh, does it?
sheet.
All right. So you do. Oh, because it adds your strength bonus. 1 plus your strength bonus. So you do 5 points of damage as you
Yep.
headbutt it, and just you can see its eyes kind of start rolling a little bit, and blood dripping down its nose. Anything else from Norb?
After I do it, I'll look at him like really concerned, be like, "Oh man, oh shoot, I'm sorry."
All right, Xanthi.
I see that they're piling up on this one dude, but I'm concerned that there might be more creatures in the bushes, so I'm gonna do a perception check and kind of swivel around the other side and see if I see anything from one side of the tree to the other that might attack us.
Roll a
Dirty
perception
20.
check. Dirty 20? Okay. Yeah, you scan the tree line, you scan about your friends. You do not see anything else moving in the trees, but it's pretty thick. So while you have some level of reassurance that there's nothing sneaking up on you like right now, it's hard to say what might be out there in the forest beyond what you can see. Is there anything else that you want to do? Do you want to move or get into a position or get hidden or anything like that? I mean, you're kind of hidden and and have cover where you're at, but that's up to you
Yeah,
if you
I mean,
want to move.
I'll hide since I don't know anything else.
Okay. All right. The goblin is going to try to escape your grapple. I'm going to use one of my advantages, Norb. So I need you to make a athletics check, contested.
Can I use an advantage on a defensive
Sure,
check?
absolutely.
You have blessed too, right?
I rolled an 18.
I also got an 18. So
Rollies.
if it meets, it beats, right? Or do we roll again?
Let's do rollies because that's more fun.
Okay.
Straight
I will-
rolls? Straight roll?
Okay. Yeah, straight roll.
Straight roll. Here we go.
Does bless keep happening, or can I only use it once?
Not for rollies.
Not for rollies. Yeah. Just straight roll,
Okay.
baby.
Straight roll, 12.
I got an 11. You hold him. All right, that's his turn. Let me ask you this, for the sake of time and narrative, do you guys intend to put this guy down for his horrible murders that he's committed? You can see Des off to your, I guess it'd be your left page right here, that there are more bodies laying there that appear to be, well, they're human bodies that are killed. They're laying there in bloody piles. What's your intention? First of all, we'll go in order here. Lachlan, what do you intend to do?
After what you said and described earlier of what we know of them, my intention is to finish them off.
Okay. Des.
My intention would be to finish him off as well.
Norb.
My intention would be to, subdue and then try to communicate with them.
Xanthi.
I'm just watching the perimeter to see that nobody attacks us while this is going on.
Okay. So with that said, Des and Lachlan move in, Norb, as you're holding him, and they just put him down. And he drops to a heap, almost smiling at you, Norb, as the light kind of goes out of his eyes and his tongue flaps out of his mouth. And he just goes limp in your arms, kind of like hugging you almost.
Oh.
And
I'll
as
just
you
let him
release
go.
your grip, he just drops to the ground in a heap.
You
All
okay,
right.
Norb?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Gosh. Wow. that
Yes,
was,
you good?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Xanthi?
Yes, I am fine. Norb, you got hit though, didn't you?
I'll look down at the arrow sticking out of me. Oh, man. Oh, shoot. I'll snap it at the base. That's not great. Oh, I'll stretch a little bit.
It hurt, right?
Yeah, I'm bleeding, guys. Oh, shoot. I'll kind of like pat it a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I could do a medicine check, but I don't have any more spells.
Oh, no, I'll be fine. Don't worry. It's just a little scratch.
All right. Well, let's make sure that there aren't any more of these things kicking around. So kind of do a circle of the area and double check to make sure there aren't any more of these things waiting to bamboozle us.
So
I'm
it's
gonna spit
immediate.
some blood.
It's obvious as you start to survey the scene. You've got these corpses of these creatures that attacked you, which most of you have probably, I don't know if any of you have had encounters with goblins like this before or seen them this close. But you, from descriptions that you've heard, you get the sense that they're goblins. Maybe you're not 100% sure, but they fit the description. There are a number of human bodies. There's 2 in the corner of the path that I pointed out before. There are, as you start to explore, there is a campsite off to the west here. You find more dead bodies in a bit of a camp that looks as though it's been attacked. It has been overtaken. I assume that you might search the bodies. So anybody who wants to search a body, give me an investigation check.
All right.
Oh yeah. VTT loves me today.
Oh, God, I can roll nothing but 2s and 4s today.
Oh, that's
Natural
here we go.
20. For
a natural
24.
20?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, nicely done.
Natural
Oh,
19
not too bad.
for a
24.
23.
Wow. Okay. And what about Lachlan? Are you looking around too?
Well, I'm not going to search bodies, but I'm going to sort of take a look at the camp to try and get an idea of who these people were. If they were, were they people camping? Were they hunters? Were they travelers? Were they bandits hiding? Just try and get a sense of who they were.
All right. So with all of those great rolls, did you roll a investigation check, Bleak?
No, and I just rolled a natural 20 also.
Oh my God.
That's really crazy. Yeah. I like usually this is
crew. You guys are like the natural 20 crew tonight.
Yeah, but
things will change. Don't worry.
It usually doesn't happen unless I'm GMing.
A couple of things. You search the bodies. You find a fair amount of coin. Let's see. Each of you give me a D10 roll. And Xanthi, what did you get?
For my D10 roll, I rolled a 1.
Okay, so there's 10 gold pieces. Desmond, give me a D10. What'd you get?
5.
There are 50 silver pieces. Kirk, Norb, give me a D10.
I got a 9.
There are 90 copper pieces. And Lachlan, give me a D10.
I got a 6.
You find on one of the bodies a ring. You also find that on each of the bodies there is a stone that has an inscription on it of an eye with a teardrop. As you investigate more, Lachlan, with your focus, you start to get the sense that these poor unfortunate humans were indeed bandits. You look about, you see crates and sacks of goods that were probably stolen from passersby, travelers, immigrants leaving the area or immigrants coming to it, perhaps.
There are heads nearby, or do we get any indication of if they took the heads or if the goblins took the heads?
Interestingly enough, you do not find the heads. But you do get the sense that these humans were potentially going to be meals for these goblins.
Any
Well then.
any markings or anything on the ring?
It's a nondescript band made out of metal, probably some sort of a silver, perhaps. You're not sure. Well, maybe you're sure. Do you have any way to discern what it might be?
I don't know. I do have smith's tools, if that helps in any way, shape, or form.
I don't think so, but give me an investigation check as you look at the ring itself.
Hey, see, I'm paying for my natural 20s. I just got a natural 1.
Oh, hard to tell what it is, but as you look at the ring, you do see an inscription on the underside of the band. It's just three letters.
Can we make out what the letters are?
With a natural 1, it's hard to read. They're worn,
Okay.
but you can tell that there's some sort of an inscription on it.
Xanthi, you're young. You have good eyes.
Yeah, what's that you got there?
Flip the ring at her.
I catch it. I take a look. Is that investigation or perception?
Perception check. Or investigation, actually. Either one of those will work. What are the rest of you doing while Xanthi is taking a look at this ring?
So I'm going to move into the camp.
You have a natural 20 smirk on your face, Ashley.
It's a dirty 20.
There are 3 letters on the band. What are they, Ashley?
The letters on the band?
Yeah.
You want me to make it up?
Yep.
LVD.
Okay. You see the engraved letters L, V, and D on the inside of the band. What are the rest of you doing as you're gathering, I imagine, gathering coin? Sorry, go ahead, Bleak.
So that's Larry Van Dam's ring.
Yep.
Norb's gonna move into the middle of the campsite, inspect those crates, and then start molding the earth, making yet another grave.
As you do that, I'll lay a hand on you and I'll stop you, Norb. And I'll be like, these men don't deserve a grave. They're predators who preyed on those who were weaker than them. They deserve absolutely nothing.
And we should probably preserve the scene for the guards.
They deserve to rot where they're rotting. And it would just be too good for them to get eaten by animals in the forest. At least they'd serve some purpose then.
We should take maybe one of them back with us to prove that, like we didn't just murder a bunch of people ourselves.
Well, I mean, we're also surrounded by dead goblins.
Right, but if Norb buries everyone, then we...
Yeah, we don't want to bury all the evidence.
Let's leave them where they are. The goblins, did we search them? Maybe they have something on them that will give us something about them.
Do you guys have any qualms about keeping this coin? I say we keep it.
I just think, I don't know, like, these people are dead now, and I feel like that's punishment enough.
I think we can keep it. We don't know any next of kin or anything, and the goblins were predators and they were killing people who were predators. Those are the same people that were trying to murder people on the road.
But this money belongs to people in the area. We should at least offer it back to the sheriff, and then if they want to pay us something for doing the job, then that's a different story. This money should go back to the community.
Maybe this 10 gold is Norb's 10 gold.
Well, I think Norb, how much gold?
I only had 10 gold. I don't have any gold anymore, but I don't know. It could be.
All right.
I mean, is it though? Could it be?
They have the same stones.
They do have the same stones. That's true.
Maybe one of these bodies is one of the people who robbed you before.
So let's give Norb his 10 gold and the rest goes back to the community, and then if they want to pay us something.
I say we keep all the coin. They don't know we recovered it.
I don't think that it is a devious thing to just keep the coin that we found on the people who tried to murder us.
Well, I won't stop you. You do what you think is right. I'm not going to have any.
Norb's going to kind of look around, kind of off to the side. He's going to be moving his hand, holding the earth still, trying to dig a hole kind of out of sight now.
I'm not going to, if you want to dig a hole, I'm not going to go beyond what I said. I looked like I really meant it. Like I was pretty intense about it. Like it was, but if you still want to dig a hole, I'm not going to fight you about it.
It's just, I don't know.
You do what
Elrond said he would be coming in the morning, right?
More before that.
Yeah, he said he was going to run right here. So
we can just sit down and wait for a little bit, and they will find their trail.
Yeah, Norb, you can bury him after the guards see everything.
Well, I was just thinking, if we just leave him here, in my experience, from books I've read and studies that I've done, bodies attract predators and scavengers and other things that could potentially pose a threat to us.
I think at this instance, it could wait a little while.
I mean, if you feel like it, you can start digging graves now. Just don't put them in it until the guards come.
Okay, I can do that.
As you guys debate your coroner investigation and determining whether or not to bury or not to bury, we will fade to black as you sit and wait for the guard to come to find you at the crime scene that you have uncovered. Quite complex in its presentation, but perhaps you have found something that can garner you favor with Nevitz and the town guard, and perhaps uncover a little bit more about what's going on in the surroundings adjacent to the quaint and wonderful village of Hommlet. What a swell place. Thank you all for surviving, first of all, because last thing we want to do is have to roll up a new character for Andy on the fly. But if we have to, we will. I mean, that's just the kind of people we are.
Targeting me with surprise attacks. It's that easy.
Well,
Or let us level up.
Yeah. Second level would be nice. I think I've gotten enough arrows stuck in Dez.
Oh, believe me, I'm keeping track. I've got a tally of arrows going on over here.
Meanwhile, this rogue has not sneak attacked once.
I know, what the hell? Bad rolls.
Dying over here.
Well, luckily Ashley was rolling nothing but dirty and natural 20s all night, so we're happy about that. Hey, you know what else we're happy about is we're about to give away some loot from our friends over at CZ RPG. Christian and his team over there have been sponsors of us going way back into our last adventure with the Dead Gang and our Beyond Saltmarsh campaign, and have continued to hang out with us and stick around, and we really appreciate that very, very much. I'm really excited to give away this PDF, the Redwoods, you guys. This thing is really sweet. It is a 19-page supplement, a 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons piece of content with a new location, a bunch of lore, a bunch of detailed encounters, new stat blocks, custom artwork, and you know how they do it. Multiple battle maps. There are 41 different versions of battle maps in this particular supplement by our friend Jeremy Kimberling, aka Mimic Maps. Awesome stuff. We're going to give this away in just a couple of minutes. Exclamation mark drawing to be entered to win. Before we get to that, though, let's give our players a round of applause. Nicely done, all. Let's go ahead and do a quick outro. Tell us who you are, where we can find you, and what you're looking forward to for next week. Let's start with Ashley.
Hey everybody, I'm Ashley, Minnesota Muse 99 on Twitter. You can find me on our Discord. You can find me on our Facebook page, it's Superior Adventurers Guild. Or you can find me next Monday for the conclusion of Oops All Kobolds, where I am the DM and all my players are kobolds. We will see if they rescue the relic of their people or they get horribly slaughtered by the inhabitants of the tunnels. What could happen? It's zany, good fun.
And Toklo 3 just wants to run home. Just wants to go home. He's such a coward. Thank you, Ashley. So excited for the final episode of your short shot. Thank you for running a game on the channel. Monday Night Mayhem, that's what it's all about. It's like, you want to run a game on our channel, you've never run a live stream game, we will support you in that endeavor. We will provide the foundation, the production value, the promotions, and we'll even connect you with players who want to play. So check out our Discord, come on over, hang out with us. We are actively seeking new players to play in our games. Thank you, Ashley. Let's bounce over to Christian.
Hey, Bleak Season. I'm at the Bleak Season on Twitter, and I will be here Friday with Shade Song, a homebrew 5e game. And as well Sunday with Dave doing some Blade Runner action at 6 p.m. Eastern.
Yes.
On site, you can read up more about Shade Song, some of the background, some of the other sagas that have happened, and all sorts of lore and secrets like that at bleakseason.com. And as for next week, I'm looking forward to figuring out exactly whether or not we're going to bury these bodies and whether or not we're going to steal this money from all these people, because that's
big decisions.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Hey, look, these are not insignificant decisions to make as a young party. So I look forward to hearing your debate throughout the week as you all work to influence the decision one way or the other. Of course,
the way forward.
We all know Dez is probably going to pocket everything anyways, so whatever. Speaking of Dez, Andy, let's jump over to you, sir.
Hey, everybody. My name is Andy. Thanks for watching. You can find me under AndyG3D here on Twitch or on our Discord. And I play every week on Tuesdays here in this game. for now. But I might pick up more games in the future.
Oh,
Yeah,
that'd be
yeah.
great, man. There's a new short shot that we're gonna be running. A little play
Yep.
test. All right.
Yep.
And last but not least, the man who gives the best bear hugs in the middle of combat, Kirk. Wow. True to form.
Man, I'm pretty.
What?
Hey, I'm Kirk. I was Johnny Bravo. No. I'm Kirk. I'm not Johnny Bravo. I play Norb Nhyre. I'm here Tuesdays and only Tuesdays. If you want to see more of me, bummer.
Wow. That's
Too
some
bad.
tood
Yeah.
right there.
Some
I love it.
boundaries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tough shit, y'all.
It used to be my voicemail. Just throwing that out there.
MySpace? Check out Kirk's MySpace site if you want to connect.
Can bid for one
Yeah.
of his
Oh
top 10.
God, I don't think it's around
Yeah.
anymore.
Oh, yeah, it is. I
Hope-
just checked
I
it
hope
the other
not.
day. It's still there.
No.
Yeah, I've known Kirk since the
Oh,
days of
no.
MySpace. That's actually how we met. It's a long
He-
story, but
He messaged me. He was like, "How do you get the pink flames with the black background?"
dude, I wanted those so bad I could not figure it out.
Mm.
It was genius.
Somebody do
David
it for
like
me.
Kirk and then Tom on his.
So
Those
much
friends.
bling. So much
Tom
bling.
was always my number one friend.
Everybody loves Tom. All right, so we're gonna give away this thing. So this is the Redwoods. It's absolutely beautiful. You're gonna love it. If you don't know CZRPG, please go check out their drive-through library. We do have a 10% discount code that I just posted in the chat. But in the meantime, let's give this thing away. Ashley, because it has become, for whatever reason, a tradition of ours, if you could please do the five-second
5 seconds.
countdown.
5
There we
minute.
go.
Yeah.
Quintuple minute
The
countdown.
quintuple.
Quintuple.
Oh my God,
Quintuple
fives. The mighty five. All right, let's do it.
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
Here it is, everybody. Oh, Kai Whimsy, our very own Kirk. Kirk, you have won the Redwoods. Are you okay? What happened to Kirk?
He's gonna he's
Spasming.
celebrating because he's gonna DM a one shot of the
Yes. Ooh, that's amazing. Kirk is going to DM a one shot in the Redwood Forest.
Kirk
Hey,
loves DMing.
congratulations,
Redwoods.
dude. Book it. Oh my God. All right. So guys, we're going to go ahead and raid into, who are we raiding tonight? Is
No
John
one. There's no
is,
one after us. Go wherever you want. You are free to go wherever you wish.
free to do whatever we want,
What,
huh?
what do we got here?
Right.
You know what? We are going to go back to Neo Soul Gold. They are playing some Dungeons and Dragons. Awesome folks. Hey, if you aren't following us, please follow the channel. If you're following us, consider a subscription. You can subscribe with Amazon Prime, I've heard. We appreciate you all for being here. We're going to start this raid. Hit them up with some love. We love you, and we can't wait to see you next time. Let's do this. 3, 2, and 1.